on a personal level, like I want that shot back so badly.
Yeah.
And I'll never get it back. It's just going to live with me. I'm old butter knives. Dave beat me. He'll always beat me. He's just, it's something that I have to just accept.
Folks, welcome back. We had a very busy week this week for the Foreplay crew. We have the Barstool Classic Championship live here in Scottsdale, so we're running all over the place, but it's a huge show. We know that. The Internet Invitational finale came out at the end of last week. Incredibly emotional, a lot of drama, some controversy, the whole shebang. So we get into that, of course. We're running around. We're about to do a hole-in-one live stream. Then we're about to host a welcome party. And then we've got 2 full days, dicey weather, to find our 7th annual Barstool Classic champions. It's all brought to you by Chevy. Oh, and we've also got Nick Taylor on the show for the second half. Awesome guy. But again, a lot of what we do, powered by, sponsored by, supported by Chevy, Chevrolet, and the Equinox EV, which helps you show up in style. If it's distance that you're after, Equinox EV offers 319 miles of EPA estimated electric range with front-wheel drive. These things really are awesome. I know Frankie, Trent, Brendan, Ryan Rich, and our whole crew behind the scenes, they are rocking the Chevy Equinox EV this week, rolling around Scottsdale, Arizona for a big work week. Equinox EV is a massive, you got to check this thing out, 17-inch diagonal center screen. It's the largest of any EV in its class. Big show today. I know a lot of people are waiting to hear from Frankie after the chip and the whole deal with the Internet Invitational, and of course Nick Taylor on the show. So enjoy the show. When it comes to EVs, remember Chevy Equinox EV is the smartest choice you can make. Foreplay, presented by Barstool Sports. We are live here in Arizona. It's a huge week for the brand. We have Nick Taylor on the show. He's 5-time PGA Tour winner, Canadian fella, won here at the WM Phoenix Open, which we're at that venue at TPC Scottsdale. We got the Barstool Classic Championship at Greyhawk this week, so we're going to be extremely busy. You'll see that all over the place. We got to talk about the Internet Invitational.
Wow.
We simply have to, a lot to break down from the Internet Invitational, the championship. There was a time probably 2 weeks ago where Dave said the Luke Kwan sleeping in thing won't even be talked about after the entire thing airs. And I really do think, I think Francis maybe put it in one of his tweets of like going back through everything that occurred in the Internet Invitational finale. I don't know that we'll get a better episode ever out of the future of the Internet Invitational. And Frankie, you were obviously a part. You were the only one. Credit to you. You were the only one of us that was still alive. You survived. You made it all the way through to getting to the last hole. And of course, people that if you're listening to this, I mean, this is going to be spoiler central. We have to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's been everywhere. But got all the way to all square on the last hole of the last round of the entire Internet Invitational. So before we get to any of the other stuff, just like, well done. I mean, that is like, you just have to battle through. It's Survivor meets golf with all the big personalities, with Dave, with the high stakes. Like, you simply have to play good golf to get to that point, and you have to play the game right, and you have to put pairings out there right and all that. So before we get to any of that, fucking well done. Like,
Thank you.
You represented the brand.
Yeah.
Like, you got out there and got to the finale, and then it didn't go your way at the very, very, very end.
So funny to think back on the podcast that we did while this was like we were organizing it or we'd already filmed it and like all that. And you were like, you're like, I don't think I'm a guy who wants the ball.
We have the audio.
We do.
We can go right to it right now.
Got to put that in.
There's a lot of pressure built in. And some people might be like, I'd rather not even have that pressure. Like, it could be like career changing.
Like you said, it could be career defining. Like, people could be remembered forever as
Big time.
Remember when that man or woman had that chance to seal the Internet Invitational and like $1 million and they just fucking blew it? Like, that's just gonna be, that is, oh.
Well, this is a age old debate in sports where it's like, are you the guy that wants the ball or are you the one that wants to dish it? And there's a difference between those two people. There's people that go on the basketball court and they run to the corner and they wait for that pass and maybe they hit the corner three. And there's other people that are like, ISO, give me the ball. Everyone, Kobe Bryant's just shooing other professional athletes away with 10 seconds left and he just wants the ball one-on-one. And that, I don't know if I have that in me. Hopefully I do. I mean, maybe it'll come out of me because I've never really played for anything like this. So
that's you, a couple months ago. And then sure enough, look where you ended up.
Tough chip. Man. It's been a tough couple days here. I mean, just rewatching that back. I mean, yeah, no, thank you. It's been a while since it happened, but it still feels very fresh and raw, especially now that it's out in the public and we got to rewatch it and all of that. I have a lot to say. Obviously, I don't know if we want to go like in time or what, but I mean, I guess just off the top, I'll say thank you to everyone that's watched it. Thank you to everyone that's cared about it. It's obviously a very popular and talked about video series, and that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to build something that was like the culmination of where YouTube golf is going, and I think that we kind of did a good job with that. I think it's like the pinnacle of where this like our little arena of golf has gotten to. And I think it paired a lot of the good things and all the things that people want to see in entertainment all into one, where you got the drama, you've got some good competition, and you obviously at the end you had a lot of the emotion as well. So not that we knew that was going to happen, but it's just absolutely unbelievable the way that thing ended. And looking back, it's just doesn't feel real the way that it all kind of came.
Yeah, you can't make up the chills inducing and the emotions, like the sadness mixed with like proud kind of like happiness watching the full circle and the full finish with Cody beat Frankie, and he hit the first shot of the entire Internet Invitational. He hit the last shot of the Internet Invitational. He was like, like when we finished rapping, we all knew that the ending was going to be Beef in tears with everyone kind of congratulating him on the last green and having a clip of him being such a good dude saying, I'm going to use this money to like pay off my mom and my parents' mortgage. Like we had that the day that we wrapped. We knew that was going to be the ending. And then obviously with the terrible, tragic news, I'll never forget that morning. I guess it's been 3 weeks ago now when we first found out the news, and we're all crying. We're all trying to process it. And then the next step was, I think you said, Frankie, you're like, dude, he wins the fucking Internet Invitational. And we were supposed to be airing it like that day is the day that we found out. And we all just were kind of like sitting on that being like, holy shit, this is going to be so emotional and crazy and like so sad. Yet if there's one way that you could possibly have the next 3 weeks of videos like conclude with this tragic news, it's like that he went out on top. And so that part of it is just surreal. I mean, you can't make that
It's
up.
mind numbing. It's the thing that's been on the top of our minds the entire time. It's the only thing that we've been thinking about in preparation to this coming out, which was kind of like, I knew that my chip was going to get a lot of eyeballs on it. I knew that I was going to hear about it for the rest of my life. But I also, after what had happened, I knew that like, this is something that you can't even comprehend that it happened. Like all of it, right? The tragic loss of Beef is something that we can't comprehend. Him winning the Internet Invitational and the way that it ends. Like I look back and it happened the way that it was supposed to happen. Like obviously I hit the worst shot of all time, but like the right guy won, like that was like, if there's ever going to be an ending to a story, that's the one that Beef deserved. And it's like we watched it. I hadn't seen the chip. I hadn't seen any of the footage until we watched it live. We were actually in Chicago, in northern Illinois in Gurney with Beef's his parents and his family and all of his loved ones and friends. We went to a local simulator bar where people were playing golf. They were watching it on the TV, and like that ending, like I bladed across the green. It goes into the water. Everyone's looking around, like looking at me, and I'm like kind of nervously about to watch what's about to happen because like a lot of the people there didn't know that Beef ends up winning it,
right?
Because he kept a secret. We all signed like NDAs, and he's a big surprise guy. He was going to surprise, which is like it's even hard to even get through even saying it. Like Beef was going to surprise his mother by setting up a watch party, and they were all going to get together. No one was going to know the outcome, and he was going to watch it with them. It was going to end. He was going to win. And he was going to say to them, your house is now paid off with what I just did and what we just watched. That was his plan. Obviously, with what happened, they ended up finding out the results. So they wanted to honor his wish and do a watch party, which we were all very happy to be a part of. But so like I'm saying, like the chip goes across, everyone kind of looks at me like, oh my God. And like, they're looking for a reaction at me. And I'm
I
like,
couldn't look at you.
wait until you see what happens now, because I don't think anyone's processing that like he won.
Right.
And then when that happened, like, I mean, I just like, I didn't even get to really process exactly what, like, because my part didn't even matter at that point.
Sure. Yeah.
And it all became this incredible, just like moment. His grandparents are watching, being like, he won, and they're hugging and crying, and the whole it's just, it's been a lot, man. It's been a lot. So it's like I guess just like, I haven't even thought about my golf shot when like that's all been, you know what I mean? It's been a lot. It's been a lot to really like process. But in the end, I think, it went to the right person. That's for sure.
100%. And, that's like,
I wish I hit a better chip because I'm like a competitor. I wish I didn't.
Of course.
I wish I didn't fail. I didn't try and do it. Like, I tried to hit the right shot. I tried to win. And when I look back, I'm happy that Beef like earned that win. He went out and he hit great shots. Him, Francis, and Brad just absolutely played phenomenal golf. A great team, really good competitors, and they just deserved it. And I'm able to rest my head on my pillow knowing that the right guys won.
Absolutely. And, everybody, I think, from a competitive standpoint, it's like I've been killing myself over, like, the pairings in the second part of the day 2 when I was still alive. And, like, then you look at the way everything unfolded and you're like, that was exactly what was supposed to happen.
I want a share of $1 million.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I felt the weight of the world on me. I was thinking about, and I think I even said this in the video, like, I'm thinking about like the money that what this money does for my family. I just had a son at that point. My son was not even a month old, right? Like, it's like, or no, that's actually wrong. He was like a couple months old. But like, I'm thinking about his whole entire life, and
son was born the day before.
Yeah. I'm thinking about everything that this can do with every single shot, and like, of course I wanted to win, but it's things happen for a reason. I really am a big believer in it, and I think Beef was put in that position for a reason, and now we'll be able to kind of have his legacy live on forever, and this is just something that his story is now amplified, which is exactly what he deserves. So,
and folks can contribute to the, we were able to work. We mentioned a few different times. We've put the link out there now, but with Fore State, the PGA Golf Management Program, Cody's older brother, Craig, who was there last week with us, he went to the Fore State program as well.
Yep. And
so the scholarship endowment fund is all set up. I didn't even know this, but if it becomes an endowment once $25,000 gets in there. We got over $25,000 the first day.
Wow.
So go if you want to contribute. The family's going to be sort of in charge with that for a long time. Craig was kind of talking just about how the different ways he wanted to do it, and they want to select the recipients. And I was like, this is 100% your guys' call. You guys are going to be in charge of this thing. You get to do whatever you want. You get to pick the people that benefit from it and all that. So that fund is set up in Cody B. Frankie's name forever. And and I think, for us, like, that finish and a lot of the different stuff that happened to get to that point, which we're going to talk about all of it, was like exactly what we wanted with the format, which is like, you don't just want the best golfers hitting great shots coming down the stretch. Like, that's not what YouTube golf's all about. YouTube golf is the fact that you have this huge mix and this huge like diversity of skill sets out there. You have a wide range of personalities and they all kind of mesh together, and there's going to be funny moments. There's going to be, people getting fired and pissed off over somebody sleeping in. There's going to be rules controversies, but at the end of the day, it's like, we want to have a wide spectrum of different skill sets of golfers trying to hit shots for $1 million. That was like, Dave said that a bunch of times on our calls of like, he's like, I want bad golfers, good golfers, medium golfers, all up there having to hit shots under pressure. That's why we went with alternate shot instead of scramble, where it's like, this is the spot. And that came out in the alternate shot in the morning that day with like the part 3 course that came out obviously in the championship. And it kind of came out the way that it needed to, like you said. But that part of it I thought was so awesome. It's, I was talking to my friends and stuff, trying to be like, did we capture how intense it was in the video? And they were like, yes. And I was like, good. Because when we were there, like, even though we weren't playing still, it was like palpable. It was, you could literally feel it. You could cut it, like they say. all of that was so present. And then when it got down to the last 5-6 holes, it's like Dalkey and them took a lead. Then you guys went 2 holes in a row and they started hitting horrible shots.
Yeah.
And you guys come back and then standing on that 18th tee, which is like, again, you bring it back to lunch of you being like, oh yeah, so I'm just going to be on the 18th tee against Dalkey. And sure enough, here you guys are at the 18th tee for it all to come down to that. Insane that it worked out the way that it worked out. And I know from like that, from all 36 holes that day, about 80% of me was thrilled that I wasn't still in the event and having to hit golf shots. Like thrilled. Because it's like, how the hell are you going to hit these shots under this pressure? So I hope that came through on the video as well.
Yeah.
Like what it was like to even be there, let alone, I don't even know what it was like to be trying to hit those shots under that pressure.
Yeah, I just like couldn't find my footing. I couldn't ground myself. The whole day I was just kind of letting the moment get to me, and I know that makes me mentally weak, and I know that makes me someone that like can't like withstand pressure, and I've always kind of like resorted to like I understand that, you know.
I don't know how. I mean, I guess that's true, but I think most people put in that scenario would feel the exact same way. Like that was like the onus of the event was put people in these positions who it really matters to.
Yeah.
So for you to be feeling those things, I think is like by design. Like you're not feeling that way. It's not like a crazy proposition that you would feel that way in those moments. Like that means you care. You talked about having a kid. You talk about how much money. It's just the sheer amount of money that it is. Like that is going to put you in that head state no matter what, I think.
And I do, and Riggs alluded to like the survivor aspect of it, like just getting through all the different stages, and like there's luck involved where like you have to win, like Luke wants to sleep in, and then like we have to, like if he doesn't sleep in, we probably lose that match, we lose the point, who knows where it happens. Like there's a lot of things that kind of happen throughout the entire week that you're there. And when you're in the moment being like, I can't believe I'm in this position hitting golf shots still, and I am like progressing towards $1 million. That's where it starts to get like really ramped up, where you're like, I'm still in it. And like there would be times on hole 8 or 9, I'm like, I'm still nervous, and we're like 1 up. Like I'm like, this is crazy. Like we're just slowly getting towards the end. And I think just as it crept closer and closer, I kept having that imposter syndrome kind of pop into my head of like, I'm not supposed to be in this match this close. Like I'm not supposed to have like hit the shot on 17 to get this to 18. We should have just lost it. Like there's just so many things I kept telling myself, like you don't have what it takes to win. And I just like, I beat myself into the ground by saying that. And, you know, I've gotten a billion tweets and DMs on Instagram, whatever, about the shot that I hit on 18, about the chip. I know that it was bad mechanics. I don't know what to all the pros that have broken it down on the people that talk about on TMZ and Good Morning America, wherever it's been. I don't know what kind of shot I was trying to hit. I don't know why I took the club back so far. I had a chunky practice swing, and I think I just pulled the club back. And as it was about to hit the ball, I'm like, you're about to chip for $1 million or a share of it. Like you got to hit this one close. And I think I just tried to get through the moment really quick, and I just went really fast, and I didn't do any of the stuff that you're supposed to do, and I just fucked it up. I think it's just as simple as I messed it up. I hit a bad shot, and I wish I could have it back. You know, aside from all of the, like we just said, like the right person won. It all happened the way it was supposed to happen. I genuinely think like if you want to go to like a higher power or higher being, whatever you end up believing in, like there was a reason it all kind of not conspired. Transpired the way it did.
Okay.
But on a personal level, like I want that shot back so badly, and I'll never get it back. It's just gonna live with me. I'm old butter knives. Dave beat me. He'll always beat me. He's just it's something that I have to just accept.
We are living in such a different world if you chip that ball into the hole.
Oh yeah.
If that ball goes into the hole, with the other things that had happened, which I'm sure we're going to get into.
I think it's full on anarchy.
I think there's like riots in the street.
Yeah, we'd be on another planet. It would be a whole different landscape and world that we'd be living in right now. So yeah, I mean, we'll that wasn't.
How about that bounce on my 5-wood that went into the freaking high stuff? Anyway, I thought I hit that pretty good. It landed the fairway. Whatever.
Yeah. You hit on 17. You hit an unbelievable shot. What was it, like a 6-iron or something?
It was like 170 into the wind. We played it like 190.
You hit this like pure iron, like right where you're supposed to hit it. to win that hole.
Easily
18
could have hoselled that into the trees and like we lose right there.
Yeah, over.
I
Right,
remember
because you guys were
thinking
2 down
on 16.
On 16, so we all.
I also got us as 2 down. I did not play well. The moment got to me, and I'm like, I'll always be able to I'll stand on a mountaintop and scream it. I'm not afraid to admit my failures. I'm not afraid to say like I let the moment get too big.
I think almost everyone watching agrees that the moment would have gotten to them too. Like,
yeah, but then you got Brad
know?
Dahlke standing over a golf ball, pounding it 335 yards right down the middle.
But
It's
also
like,
saying right after that, that's as nervous as I've been.
he's able
since
to
the Masters.
persevere through it. Francis was able to persevere. Beef persevering through it. Like people won that.
But
Like I know that I lost
persevere
it
through it, like to get to your team to like through round 1, through round 2, through round 3, to the final hole of round 4. Like
Right, like
a
guy who, the way you're describing it, like a guy who is completely debilitated by stress and anxiety can't hit that shot on 17.
And I appreciate that. There is part of me that's like proud of that, and like the fight that I put on, and like even the bunker shot on 18 on the par 3 course. Like Paige kind of dumped it into the bunker. I had to hit I know that we had a 2 or 3 stroke lead into that, but like that could have went real south.
Well, and when you watch it back, everyone's over there going, "Please don't blade into
the water," which I ended up doing. But I don't want the takeaway to be, and I know it will be. The takeaway, like they won it. If that makes any sense, like they earned it. We didn't hand it to them with a bladed wedge. Like they went out and won it. Like,
I mean, credit to everybody on their team, Beef, Francis, and Dahlke. Dahlke's a superstar.
Yeah.
The way that man can play golf, and again, it's alternate shot, so you have to have the other guys contribute, and they have to at least play well enough to win. But when you watch Dahlke play, and you watch him play in those final couple of holes and just those last couple of rounds, he is something else.
And a phenomenal teammate. Like
so great.
He had
I wish I wasn't paired up against him. It was
off
tough.
Off the tee is tough.
Right. I mean, how do you perform? Not only you already described all the things you're trying to fight against, and then
he's
also
hitting first in front
Brad
of me.
Dahlke is there. That's the guy that you hit against on every tee shot that you have to try to hit. But he also, dude, like Francis and Beef, I remember talking with him afterwards, and they're like, every shot that we hit, no matter what, like Brad would come over to us and be like, totally fine. That's fine. I got it from there. And then like talking him through. So he's a great teammate. He was helping like carry people through. He's obviously the best player probably in the entire thing, but he especially came off that way. And then, like a week later, he won the Creator Classic at Eastlake for another $100,000. So like
$500,000. Yeah.
He is just on a tear.
He deserves it though. We said this, like he doesn't play on a pro circuit, and like he never really gave it a shot again after he initially tried to go for it. He tried to become a professional golfer. It didn't work out. He went to the YouTube golf world, and now he's hitting the ball better than he ever has, and now he's making the money that he deserves. Like this guy is the best golfer in the world that's not currently playing competitive golf. I would stand by that.
I'm sure I don't know how you can find somebody better.
And
he's as sharp, he's sharper than other like people that aren't playing professional golf that could be like on his level because he's playing in important stuff that's just not professional.
He's not playing competitive golf. Like even like amateurs, I'm sure there's amateurs out there that are better than him. The whole deal, like no one is just a regular golfer at like a country club or whatever that's not trying to play in tournaments that's better than Brad Dahlke in the world.
Yeah,
there's not. There can't be, because if you're better than him, you're giving it a shot.
Sure.
He's a +7,
and he showed it. And Francis played great. I mean, I know towards the end he was a little like he's like I've just lost it. I can't handle whatever. But throughout the whole thing, like when we played our match, when I played with Andrew against you two, like Francis and you were great. He was striping the ball. He had the one clip where he was in there with Micah where he hit the 4-iron like 240 yards or whatever. And Micah was just like, that's like roaring. What are you doing? So Francis played really, really well throughout the whole thing too and was very funny and getting into it. So big credit to that team. They were phenomenal. And they came back in round 3 in the alternate shot on the par 3 course on the cliffhangers. Like they came back. They were kind of struggling. They were like a couple strokes behind. Beef hit that one in the water, and then like Brad and Francis picked him up and hit a couple in there close. They saved a 4, and then all of a sudden on the back nine, Beef was making a bunch of putts. They were getting up and down. They had like 5 holes in a row where they got up and down, and so they like gutted it out, and then getting the whole thing and winning was incredible. So very well done by them. Diamonds Direct was founded by a diamond manufacturer in 1995. They go direct to consumer, cutting out the middlemen. That means fewer markups and way more value. The perks are real, a lifetime warranty that covers cleaning, it covers tightening, it covers even covers lost accent stones. If you want an upgrade, Diamonds Direct has got a 110% lifetime upgrade policy. So trade up anytime, just pay the difference. And here's the big one. Here is the big one. Buy an engagement ring for $3,500 plus American, and you get her wedding band free. That's right. Engagement ring, $3,500 or more. Wedding band, free. There's no fine print. Just a seriously good deal. I love Diamonds Direct. Use them. I got this very, very nice watch that I wore around, a little bling, as they say. I know Frankie's got some gifts for the wife. Diamonds Direct's been incredibly easy to use, cutting out the middleman, always phenomenal. Big moments, teed up, don't choke. Start with our picks from Diamonds Direct. Use the code BARSTOOL at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Is your home actually safe if you have old school home security? Traditional security systems respond after someone breaks in. Simply Safe is different because it can help stop crimes before they happen with its Active Guard outdoor protection. We got AI-powered cameras. They detect threats while they are still outside your home and alert real security agents. This is the game changer. The agents take action while the intruder is still outside. They confront the intruder, letting them know they're being watched on camera and that police are on their way, and even sounding a loud siren and triggering a spotlight if needed. This is how you stop a crime before it starts. Other systems have cameras that let you talk to intruders, but they require you to see the alert yourself. Simply Safe's monitoring have your back and talk to intruders even if they aren't there. I've had Simply Safe in North Carolina at my home. Frankie's had it for a while. Really is incredibly simple, easy to set up, even for someone like myself. I've had the app. I can watch on the cameras, check on the place. It's really, really, really nice. Don't miss out on Simply Safe's biggest sale of the year. 60% off. That's right, 60% off. Right now, our listeners can save 60% off on a Simply Safe home security system at simplysafe.com/foreplay, FOREPLAY. Once again, that is simplysafe.com/foreplay. There's no safe like Simply Safe. All right, we got to get into some controversies.
Yeah, speaking of teammates.
There were a couple controversies throughout the whole thing. So the first controversy occurred on, I think it was the 9th hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the right side of the 9th hole, there's a tee shot into like the right sort of like taller grass. Identify the ball, get over there, hit the shot. The shot comes out. Everyone kind of is like, whoa, what a result from that area. And then a couple people, largely like Peter Finch, kind of says something to Fat Perez, which like we had that footage. We kind of looked through that footage afterwards of being like, that lie was kind of shit. Like they were kind of messing down in there. That we put in there the clip, like all the footage that we had that was like, this is kind of what it was. People could debate it back and forth on like, is it just identifying the ball? Was there an improving of the lie? It ended up on that hole like not mattering because you guys lost that hole anyways. They won it. But of course you're going to include that. Paige was sort of like in the crosshairs on that one. It was sort of decided pretty quickly by everyone in the group of like, nope, it's like a non-issue. We're sort of moving on because the Mo stuff happened and because it didn't matter and because everyone was like, look, that's like not, we don't think you're cheating. My opinion watching it was like, clearly I don't think Paige was trying to do anything illegal. Clearly I think Paige, even if people do think she did something that was like deemed more improving your lie than just identifying your golf ball, her reaction to that I thought was incredibly genuine of regret, of like, holy shit, I wasn't trying to cheat. I wasn't trying to improve. I honestly didn't think what I was doing was wrong. If it was, I feel horrific. That was sort of the way that it came off to me. The other thing I will say before we kind of break down all of it with both her and Mo is like any of the comments that cross the line are preposterous. Yeah. I know like Mo's kind of said she's shared stuff too. And before that of like that part, it just sucks. Like it absolutely sucks. It's same shit we were saying about the Ryder Cup of like you just have a certain percentage of people. It's small percentage, but it's enough that has an impact that just go over the line. And it's like, it's a golf tournament that we sort of put together. Everybody showed up to that had high stakes. That was awesome and fun and entertaining. And like, you can weigh in, you can have an opinion, you can criticize. There's nothing wrong with that. All these people that are in it put ourselves, myself, you guys included, online We expose ourselves to an audience. That's kind of like how we've built our career. All that stuff's fair game. There's a certain part of it I think that's clearly not fair game. And unfortunately, people have crossed that line, and that just absolutely sucks. So, like, if you have crossed that line, you need to check yourself in the mirror. Family, threats, and all that, and anything even closely related to that is just horrific. And it's like, it drives me nuts. It's like, how the hell do we get to that point? So that part sucks. I feel horrible for everybody that gets that, but especially those two in this situation. So yeah, feel awful about that. But in breaking it all down, you know, I thought my takeaway, you were in the cart with Paige. My takeaway from that was like, she clearly didn't mean or think that she was doing anything wrong. It's still, I don't think, like conclusive that anything was done that was like illegal. You're trying to identify your ball. If there's something beyond that, I don't think she thought it was illegal. And if it was, she felt horrific about it. That was sort of my take from it.
Yeah, it was a lot was going on in the cart with Paige and I. I mean, we were trying to figure out what was going on. There was a lot of people huddling around looking at footage. We're trying to play for $1 million. It's a weird spot to be in when all this stuff is going on. It feels like people are rooting against you, and like you didn't know what rooting interests were causing people. You didn't know at the time. You didn't know what was going on. Like, are people calling us out for
gambling?
Because there was a miscommunication, right?
This is the hardest part that people aren't understanding is like when we were, so that happened, and you know, I'm like, I didn't know what was going on with any of it. I'm like in my cart, my own world, not hit driver straight, and they're going out looking for a golf ball. I'm like trying to like keep the ball and keep like my vomit in my mouth for the entire day. And they walk up there, they hit the shot, they punch it out. Like we're just like trying to survive. Francis comes up to us on the 9th hole on the 9th green and goes, hey, or maybe it was the 10th green.
10th green, I think.
I just want you guys to know. And this is like gamesmanship by Francis to kind of let Paige know and kind of throw her off her game. He's like, I just want you guys to know that they had caught you doing some stuff, and some people are accusing of maybe improving your lie. And then she immediately gets that reaction that you said, and she starts to get really nervous, being like, what are they talking about? I can't remember what you guys are saying. Like, what spot was it? Like, I totally agree with you. I don't think that she was trying to do anything specifically to help us win. There's so many cameras out there. She's been at this for so long. She's played competitive golf her entire life. Nobody knows the content game more than Paige Baranek. She literally has like the most followers than anyone in all of professional golf. Well deserved. Like she knows this world. She wouldn't do anything to jeopardize that. If you think that something that she had done crosses some sort of rule like infraction, then like, I don't know. Like, people are allowed to have their own opinion. Do I think that she was trying to improve the lie? No. I also think that the footage probably doesn't look the best either. Like, there's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, all right, that's not the best case scenario. It's the same with Mo. It's like, it's not the best case scenario, but I don't think that anyone should be accused of being a certain type of person. That's where it starts to like, things start to bleed into like their real life and like who they are. That's not what this is supposed to be about. I think if this clip of us talking about this gets to anyone that has been sending some sort of hate or nonstop, just nonstop peppering this thing and trying to make them feel a certain way, I think you need to really just understand that these are human beings. You need to be a human being yourself and realize that we're just talking about a golf tournament here. I understand that there is so much on the line, and that's why we started the show thanking people for caring and watching and sharing it and making it into the biggest thing in our world. But at some point, you got to let the people that joined this thing and helped us make it what it was live out their own lives and like be people, because that's what they're great people. Mo and Paige are both wonderful actual people. Like, aside from the golf stuff, whatever you want to say about anything in your golf game, that's one thing. You're going after wives and families and mothers, like saying to Mo's mom, you raised a certain type of like, what are we talking about? We're talking about using slope in a golf tournament, and that's like the type of person you like. That's a little too much, man. Like, talking to the mothers and the fathers is insane. So I feel horrible for them, just like Rick said. I echo everything that you said. So the thing that made it really hard was after Francis had said that to us on the green, at the same time, the Mo stuff broke down up on top of the green at the carts. So now everyone's figuring out if Mo was using slope, which we're like, what are we talking about now? Like, can we make a putt? Like, I'm standing there like, am I in a freaking bizarro world that everything's coming crashing down on me right now? Like, both my teammates are getting accused of stuff. Everyone's screaming at each other. We're like all square in this match. We're about to play for $1 million. Why are we? What is happening to us? So Paige sees this happening. She just heard that she's being accused of cheating. She sees everyone gathered around golf carts, and they're all looking at footage. The 11th hole, they're looking at footage. The 12th hole, they're looking at footage.
I was part of that group.
She's in my cart. We're in the cart together, and she starts breaking down, being like, they won't let it go. Like, they're trying to ruin my career. Like, this is great. Like, we thought they were only talking about Paige. We had no idea any of the, from hole 9 to hole 15, we had no idea that all of that controversy was about Mo.
That the Page and whatever was over.
It was over.
Everyone
no one cared about it. The hole was done.
Once they lost the hole, nobody cared.
They didn't even think they were going to put it in the video. And I think the reason that we ultimately decided to put it in was because, like, well, then, like, you can't play like favorites where it's like, well, then why did you put in the Luke Wan stuff? And then why did you put in the Mo stuff? Like, you just didn't put that in. Like, at some point, like, Peter Finch was there, saw it, said something to someone. You have to put it in.
Ultimately, what happened...
It's just what happened.
It's just what happened.
So, but like in real time,
there's cameras out there for a reason.
That was like to defend us. It's like, and all of our guys, it's like we just filmed what happened and then put it out.
Right.
That's
and
just
in real
to
time,
a degree, we got to just do that.
In real time, it didn't matter. People that watch it have no idea about that. The Paige stuff didn't ever get brought up again. The only time it got brought up was when they told her, Paige, we're not talking about you. We're talking about the Mo stuff.
Yeah.
And she like really had to like understand, like, oh, that last hour wasn't about me. Like, that really messes with your psyche. Like, that really does mess you up, where you think the whole world's talking about you, this thing that you've done, that you had this agenda to do something.
Right.
You obviously didn't. None of it was about her. It was all about Mo and if he was using slope. So I really feel bad for Paige, and I hope people will listen to this and say sorry to her for like really throwing all this stuff at her for no reason. We showed what we showed. I don't think it was anything too crazy. We didn't even end up winning the hole, and it's not like she was doing it the whole entire time. She made a mistake. She probably pushed it down a little bit too much. And I think everyone's allowed to make mistakes in life. It doesn't dictate exactly who you are. The Mo stuff, I didn't see it in real time. I didn't see it in the footage. The first time I saw any of like the clicking stuff or going back to the golf cart was in the video when we were watching it with Beast's parents. It was a lot to comprehend to really watch that.
Yep.
And I don't even know if I have an opinion on it. I think Mo's a great guy as well. We've traveled the world with him and the good guys. We've gone to Hawaii. We've gone to Dominican Republic. We've gone all over the place with these guys. He's nothing but a ball of great energy. He's a great person. He's always smiling. He's always doing
blast to be around.
Be around. Do I think that some of the footage looks a little suspicious? I think he did a lot with the rangefinder. I think there was a lot of touching it. I think if he could go back in time, he probably just wouldn't touch it, and he'd just be like, go check it. But he put it down, he put it back.
The Micah thing during the par 3 didn't help.
The Micah thing, like, and he's telling us yardages the whole entire time. So, like, am I involved in this now? Like, I'm the one that he told me it was like 142. I'm slope adjacent now. Like now I'm part of the Maslopey gang. Like at the end of the day, it becomes like a whole thing, and like I started to feel bad about it as I'm watching it. I'm like, God, like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, the slope thing in the beginning was weird. Like I've never played a tournament without slope before, and I know that it makes things easier. I know that was the rule, so no one used it. Luckily, I didn't have a freaking rangefinder on me that week, so I had to deal with other people giving me yardages.
Well, and it's funny because the reason that rule was simply somebody brought it up randomly on the tee on the first morning, and Dave's like, "What does that mean?" And they were like telling him what it means, and he goes, "So it makes it harder without slope?" And Dave's like, they're like, yeah. And Dave's like, then we're going to go no slope. That was the only reason.
Especially on the par 3, it makes a big difference because that golf course is pretty crazy. Cliffhangers is insane.
Well, also, the hole that this all broke out on, the 10th hole, that is a hole where you need, like, slope is
it's like a 50-foot drop-off or whatever.
Huge drop-off.
My last I'll say is, like, do I think he did it? The only thing that I could say is that he swore to God and, like, on his mom's name that he didn't. So if he didn't do it, I feel real bad for Mo because he's just getting crushed. But I just think that he didn't help himself with the way that he kind of handled it, like right when all the accusations were getting thrown at him, and he just got real handsy with everything. And I just think he was like, his head was spinning, and I feel bad for him to be put in that spot. Again, regardless of what actually happened, I just think that people need to let it live in that video. It is what it was. The right people end up winning. I think you got to let people move on. You have to.
Yeah, and I struggle with this a little bit, and it's going to sound like a cop-out opinion, but as someone who's just watching and thinking about it through a lens of people watching, that controversy is like that gets people going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I do echo what you guys were saying before, where, you know, don't attack someone's family, don't attack their mom. Like that, to me, even threats, like all that stuff is ridiculous. And at the end of the day, it is an internet golf tournament, and we're just making content, and we're trying to, like, you know, it's serious, but it's not that serious, certainly. But then again, as you're watching all of this unfold, and it has unfolded since the videos come out, where you're just like, people are paying attention to this, and this shit's fucking interesting. And like, if there was no Page hole, or if there was no Molosi hole, like, I'm sure the dramatics would have been through the roof anyway, but you add that into the equation and it's gangbusters. And again, I say that knowing that that some of the responses that these people are sending to Page and Mo are completely ridiculous.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie, like, in the moment too, people were coming up to me that were watching it, like on the golf course, saying in my ear, like, you guys are done. Like, they're going to kill you guys for this. Like, and I didn't even know what they were talking about. I don't know that I haven't seen the footage. It was people that had seen, like, there's just a buzz. You guys were part of it. Like, you guys were like, there was a buzz of like, he cheated. And it's like, we're playing in this thing. It really took the wind out of our sails.
Sure.
It's like, it sucks that it happened. It really does, because it was such a good event. I know that it's good for the content, and I know what you're saying, and I'm like just on the side of that as you are. I'm on that side. Like, it makes good TV. I get that, but it just sucks that tournament came down to that. Like, from a player's perspective,
I could completely understand that. Like, if I was in those shoes, for sure. And it was like a lot of the buzz.
But then I'll say on the other side, they shouldn't have touched.
Yeah,
anything,
like a lot of the,
like, I get it.
A lot of the buzz was just trying to get it right.
Right.
Because if you get the call wrong in real time, and then it turns out, like, because you only have that window to get it right. You can't retroactively go back 2 months later after post edit and be like, actually, the other team wins. You know what I mean? It was like, and I remember like talking with Dave being like, dude, like, you kind of just have to put, like, because it's not 100% conclusive.
We actually don't know either way what they were trying to do.
Totally.
Either.
No, we really don't.
So like,
we don't.
And that was sort of the moment where it's like a lot of the buzz was about trying to get the footage on a laptop, because we were just looking at it on like a GoPro or something. A GoPro. And we were like, no, we need this footage blown up so we can like try to make a call so that they can go back to playing golf. You know what I mean? It's like kind of what we were trying to do.
2 hours.
And don't get me wrong, like, there was buzz about being like, holy shit, can you believe this is happening? This is like made for TV stuff. This is unbelievable. But it was also like we were trying to get to an answer of like, what do we think happened here? And then trying to like work with Dave on that, because Dave's going to make the final call, and be like, because we need to let them know, like, is there going to be a penalty? And at one point, somebody brought it up of like, well, it's like for every violation, it's a loss hole every hole. I'd be like, oh, well, this is over. It's like, well, no. So then Dave, he had done the Luke Qua, where he's like, you can't play the first 4 holes or whatever it was. So it's like, are you going to go that route? Like, what are you going to do? And ultimately, Dave, I think, handled it the right way, where he just was like, based on the evidence, like, it looks sketchy, but it's not something you could determine $1 million match on. So I'm just going to go make Mo, like, let me know. Like, what did you actually what happened? And if he swears, puts his hand to God and swears he didn't do it, then you got to be like, okay, play on. And that's what he did.
Right. It would have been different if we had been like, all right, everybody hold on the green. We are going to go Dave and them are going to go do a rangefinder check. And if your slope is on, we got a problem.
Yeah.
But whenever they checked it, it was off.
Right.
So you can only look at the footage.
Right.
And that's real. And you're right. At the end of the day, you just got to be like, go by the guy's word.
Yeah.
And I feel terrible for like Mo and all the threats and Paige and like the negativity that comes from it. And like, and you hope like nobody really did do anything wrong, and then you feel even worse. But for our guys, it's like, dude, we put people in the position, we set everything up, and we just film what happened. And it's like, we have to include everything that happened.
Yeah, I hope no one's like no one's takeaway was like we set anybody up for. I mean, it's just like what happened
just
happened.
Filmed what happened.
I wish it didn't happen. They were my teammates, and I don't even know what happened. I feel like people are gonna say that I'm saying a lot of words and not really saying anything. I don't know where I fall. It's like a hard place to be.
I feel that way too.
I don't know where. I mean, I just feel bad for them. We've known them forever. Paige, we've known forever. And we just don't want anyone that does anything that's associated with us to have their life be worse because they did something with us.
Yeah, because they chose.
As a human, we feel bad.
They chose to participate in the event, and what I mean by that is like we are appreciative of to them that they did that.
I hope everyone rallies around them, as hard as that's going to sound, because like if you did think that they cheated, which is like your opinion, you can make whatever opinion you want. I hope that at some point you're on a human level, you like rally around these people and let them like get back to where they were originally at. I hope we can all move on from this.
Yeah,
which I know that we will be able to. I mean, things get hot and then they kind of like cool off.
I think that's 100% the way it should be and the way that it is. Like, I think Mo's posting again on Instagram.
I just hope the good people out there like just get a little louder, you know?
Yeah.
Just to get things back to where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, and like you said, Paige has been nothing but phenomenal with us for years.
Yeah.
From Trent starting with golf stuff all the way to now.
Like, where are we
She
at
almost
all
won the
that?
whole damn thing. Like Mo's
think
been
she was
nothing but
trying.
awesome with us.
What?
I just don't like. Yeah, I just heard like I don't think she was trying to do anything there. I really don't.
Same.
I don't.
I don't either.
I think the fact that
You know what it was? It was the comment on one that really came back to bite her.
Yeah,
Well,
I
agree
think
with that.
anyone that takes like that's looking at like high grass has like bent grass before and looked to see if it's your ball. Like I just think like moments get away from you where you're just like in it and you're like, all right, is that our ball? Holy shit, we got to punch out. We're playing for $1 million. When she said like you never played competitive golf before to Francis, then like and then to say you don't know the rules, that's the 1-2 punch that really screws you.
100%.
So like, that part I understand, like that's the bad look. But
Yeah.
everything else aside from that, like the type of person she is, I'm gonna stand.
And
I'm standing on Paige's side for that.
Same, 100%.
Yep.
I absolutely stand with Paige on that and like her integrity and all of that.
We
And
also said Luke Kwan's a great guy. He just happened to sleep in.
Which is,
you know what I
again,
mean? Like these are
like,
just things that happen.
It's just he didn't like murder anybody. He
No.
literally slept in. Like totally fine. You could sleep in. It
sleeping in
happens.
since
You're gonna get
college,
shit
like-
for it. Oh well. And with Paige in the comment too. Like I don't blame Paige for the comment to Francis early on. Like that's kind of what we want out of a intense
Gamesmanship.
YouTube golf match. Gamesmanship, chirping. Like we want that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right, going back to what I said, that's great for the video.
Awesome. Awesome. It just
She was the
happened to
only
come
one
back.
doing the thing that we want the people to do.
That's
She
what
was
I
like
mean.
talking shit.
Instead of just being intense golf match, she's like
Yeah, she was
chirping
talking
Francis,
shit.
and like I think she ended up getting that putt given to her because of that. Like, good for you for chirping.
Right.
So yeah, I feel bad. I feel terrible for all of that, all the fallout, and like the people that go over the top for sure feel horrible about that. And I'm with you. I couldn't like vouch for those two more in terms of like overall like great people who have done great things, who have built great followings for a reason.
Yeah.
And like are going to continue to crush it, and also played phenomenal and played the game phenomenal to get to that point.
If that makes us middlemen, like, and we're trying to find both sides, then so be it. This is just how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, I was out there with them. I battled with them. These were my teammates. We made it all the way to the end together. If we had slope on the whole time, then maybe we shouldn't have made it there. I don't know. I mean, maybe I got dragged into something I didn't realize I was getting dragged into. But in the end, man, like, can't we all just agree, like, it happened the way it happened for a reason? And
Yes.
like we said, I think we can end it on that. Like, the right guy ended up winning. The story ended the way it was supposed to end. Dalkey deserved it. Francis deserved it. Beef deserved it. I wish I hit a better chip. I know I got to get my weight forward. I know I could bump and run an 8-iron or 7-iron.
Probably
God,
a couple lessons you got.
if I hear about that 7-iron bump one more time, they're calling Borelli's, telling my dad I should have bumped it. It's unbelievable. Yeah, just again, thanks to everyone for watching. Thanks for all the people that were normal about it and that have been really
Yes.
supporting us. And I really I appreciate everything that came with it. So
Hell of an event,
hell of
man.
an event. Thanks to the Bob guys. Thanks to Dave. Thanks to everybody. It's just been
Big Cedar.
Big Cedar. My God, but Dave said it's one of the, if not the best thing he's ever been a part of in the 20 years since doing Barstool. So
It was great. It really was great.
we got to
all
go
right.
make a hole in one.
We got to make a hole in one. So we got Nick Taylor for the second half of the show. He's awesome. He's won some huge events, made some huge putts. He's a playoff assassin.
Awesome dude.
Really good guy, and you're gonna enjoy this. And then we'll be back for the second half of the show, or second show of the week on Thursday. I'm sure we'll talk more about Internet Invitational. So if you're chopping at the bit for that, more of that.
Yeah, we're getting a little rushed right now. You know, like we have.
We got to go do something live right now. We got a busy week, so it is what it is.
Sorry, boys.
All right, we'll be back on Thursday. Enjoy Nick Taylor. Golf is hard, but protein is easy with one Hershey's Double Chocolate. This is the go-to course snack. This is what you're going to need in your bag. This is what you're going to want to throw in your little ice cooler on the side of your golf cart. You're going to want to throw the Hershey's Double Chocolate, 1 bar, made with 18 grams of protein, made with only 1 gram of sugar, deliciously fueling your golf game. Only one Hershey's Double Chocolate is made with Hershey's cocoa. Protein just got delicious. Try one's other delicious flavors as well. These are all really, 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 really good. 1 Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers, 1 Hershey's Cookies and Cream, and their iconic 1 Maple Glazed Donut and 1 Birthday Cake flavors. I also bring these on flights with me, throw them in the old backpack, and then take them out. Get that protein. It's delicious. It's delicious. Buy the new 1 Hershey's Double Chocolate Protein Bar on Amazon. Protein just got delicious. This episode is brought to you by Body Armor Sports Drink. Body Armor has great tasting flavors like strawberry banana and orange mango with no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners. This stuff is a lifesaver, man. Body Armor has been huge for me. They got a variety of different products, but the key for me is obviously they're delicious. You want to drink things that are delicious. You got to stay hydrated. I live out here in the desert. We've had it be a little bit hot, cold. We got rain coming, as people could probably tell. Been a little bit fighting something off because whether it's allergies, whether it's just a fluctuation in temperature, my body can't figure out where I'm at. We're traveling, whatever. Hydration has been key. You got to stay hydrated when you live out here in the desert. You got to stay hydrated when you are a golfer, when you are out doing the golfing. Body Armor is going to do that for you. It's going to do it with no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners, and a bold new look with the same great taste. Get your Body Armor today at Walmart or a local grocery store near you. That is Body Armor. Choose better. All right, folks, we're joined by a very special guest today. 5-time PGA Tour winner, including right here at the WM Phoenix Open in the year of our Lord 2024, 24. Canadian fella. We just filmed a great video with him. He can confirm play golf. Nick Taylor. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me again.
We're happy to have you. Adidas is 2 weeks in a row now. Adidas has really helped us out with a couple athletes. You and I were talking in the cart. You've been an Adidas guy your whole professional career.
Yeah.
Long time.
15 years now, yeah.
Really?
It's been a great run.
15 years.
Yeah.
How does that come about originally?
When I came out of college, TaylorMade and Adidas were together.
Yep.
And so I did them, and I was TaylorMade for 10 years of my career, and I still stuck with Adidas when they kind of parted ways, I guess, or private equity bought TaylorMade. But yeah, it's been a great run. Great partnership for me. I've always loved wearing their gear and their shoes. So yeah, it's been a great partnership.
At the time, were you were both? Were you using TaylorMade too? TaylorMade and
Like in college?
Adidas, like when they were together as a company?
For the most part, yeah. I actually was Ashworth Clothing for a few years there. We were talking about that. That was
We were
part of
talking
the
about that. John
Adidas umbrella.
Ashworth at Goat Hill Park
Mm-hmm.
is an absolute legend. His
Mhm.
brother
Oh,
Hank,
wow.
I know those guys well. But John Ashworth runs and owns Goat Hill Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That place
I
is
wasn't
awesome.
afraid of a sweater vest, so the Ashworth fit in quite nice.
Yeah, big time sweater vest
Yes.
kind of place. And you come from a place that's like sweater vest, and I
Oh,
mean
yeah.
you're Western Canada. We got to get up to that
They
area.
got sweater vests up there?
Oh yeah, we're a little past sweater vest season. It's more raincoat, rain
Abbotsford.
suit season. Yeah,
It's a cool name of a place.
it is. I went to school at UW in Seattle, so I was only a 2.5 hour drive north of there. So grew up in gloomy, rainy weather all my golf career, and then moved to a desert. So that's how it works.
Was Joel UW as well?
Joel was UW for a year. We came in together, got recruited, and then Joel and I actually lived together my sophomore and junior year.
Whoa. What was that like?
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Was Joel?
So Joel was Joel. Joel was not going to UW at the time. So we lived together for 2 years. I was going to school on the golf team. He was trying to do like community college to get back on the.
I
on the
can't even
team.
imagine that.
So he's
era of
essentially a
Joel.
college kid without going to school or
Yeah.
working. So think of Joel then.
Oh, man.
Dude.
What a
That was
life.
close to peak Joel for sure.
That's got to be.
Yeah, because that guy. I can't imagine him having basically a college life but no obligations.
Correct.
What that sounds like.
I can't imagine anybody doing that, but Joel.
Anybody in the world doing that. That's just like a complete problem. Coming like in Canada, I mean, are you golf? Why? What's the whole background for you being as into golf? Because I can't imagine it's as popular as people that grow up in Texas and California.
Golf's popular in Canada, but hockey is obviously number one. I
Uh-huh.
grew up playing a bunch of sports. I was never a big kid, so I played hockey in the winters. I played baseball, kind of high school sports. And when I got into golf when I was like 10, 11 years old, I think the individual part of it really, really drawn me into it, and kind of pushed every other sport aside when I was, I guess, starting high school, maybe freshman, sophomore year. So, yeah, and started to have some success within a year or two, and just really got hooked to it. And I've always been competitive and love sports, but just that individual aspect where you put all the work in by yourself and you can kind of see results from that. I just love that part of it.
So that part is appealing to you because I think Some people would say the other side of it. They miss the team aspect of it. You like the independent nature of it.
Well, I certainly miss the team aspect too. Like I haven't played in the President's Cup, but even like the Zurich that we had talked about playing with Adam Hadwin, like it's so much fun. And you draw back and you miss the team aspect. When I played at college, those were some of the best years of my life playing on it. We had anywhere from 7 to 10 guys. The camaraderie that can have from that, you miss that. But I do love, if you're going to put the work in by yourself, or you're hopefully going to see the results out of that. And that's what drawed me initially to golf, and why that determination, competitive fire, it's still there for me when I'm playing.
You said you found some success. Like, what is that moment that you're like, oh shit, I can do this to a level that I didn't think I could, prior to this?
Yeah.
Is there a specific round that like you caught fire and you're like, uh-oh?
There was probably a few moments like in junior golf when I was like, yeah, I think I can get, because like any kid in Canada, if you're playing golf, the goal is to get to the United States to have a scholarship on a Div 1 school. That's like number one. That's kind of the pathway to potentially maybe going bigger and better things. And so probably like grade 10, I won a decent amount of junior tournaments in my area. I did pretty well at the national level, and like, hey, I can do this. Started getting maybe a couple letters here or there. Recruiting in Canada is tough. Like now, like I never played one AJGA event. I played one US
crazy.
Junior and one Junior Worlds, but it's just so expensive. Like it wasn't in the cards for me. So luckily, there's probably been I would say 3 or 4 universities that have kind of got a pipeline from Canada. UW, where I went, was one. I think my senior year we won the Pac-12s or Pac-10s at the time, and there's a 6-man roster. 4 were Canadians.
Wow.
Kent State has pumped out a lot of Canadians from there. Like Corey Connors, Mac Hughes, Taylor Pendrith all went to Kent State. My caddy Dave Marco played at Kent State.
No way.
Danny Saul, who caddies for Corey Connors, played at Kent State.
Kent State. Where is Kent State?
In Kent, Ohio. But NC State was also another one on that pipeline. So there was like a few coaches that knew that, hey, there's good golfers in Canada. Obviously not the amount in the US, but it's also something that's kind of an untapped area. And so I was fortunate enough to get recruited to UW, played there. And then after my junior year of school, actually speaking of NC State, Matt Hill, who was an incredible player as well, we were 1-2 in the world, being both Canadian.
Wow.
And made the US Open that year at Bethpage and shot 65 the second day, and that tied the lowest round ever. And that was probably the moment where like, okay, I think I have something that's at a pro level, playing in a pro event, obviously in majors. So
That was 09?
that was 09, yeah.
The washed out one?
The washed out one.
Yeah.
Finished Monday.
You love rain.
I do love rain.
Come from rain.
That's what I grew up in.
Play
I'm
good
more of a
golf in
fair
rain.
weather golfer now, but I
was
know
gonna
how
say, you live in a
to
strange
I know how
place
to
to
play in
love
the rain.
It doesn't rain much
I'm
here.
deep rooted playing in the rain, but so yeah, there's a few different moments where like as you're going on, and then when I turned pro, I struggled for a few years of what my expectations were. Played 3 years on the Canadian Tour, but really helped learning the travel aspect of this profession. The pro-am, everything was set up the same as what the PGA Tour is, and started to find my game kind of my 3rd year playing, and graduated up from there and been on tour since. So
The schedule has to be one of the hardest parts to really get used to.
yeah,
It's like you finish Sunday and you're teeing a ball up again Monday or Tuesday. It's never ending.
yeah, it's you can get in that trap of like playing all the, like I felt like I had, so this year we were talking about the busy stretch for me is like Memorial, Canadian Open, US Open, Travelers, with 2 of them being elevated now. Canadian Open is like a major for me. That's a week where my media obligations are way more than they ever are. Obviously our fan support's great, but we're never treated that way other than that 1 week.
Yeah.
So it's just an exhausting
Banging
week
on the
too.
boards.
But I remember that stretch, a few different obligations with sponsors. It was like 28 straight days of practicing, playing golf, competitive, whatever. You're just fried after.
Did you feel like you were playing better because you were just like zoned in for like a full month, or was that like a big toll?
I had a
on you?
great stretch in there, but near the tail end of it, like Sundays, I was falling off a bit on the back nine, and I'm sure that was a factor. There's probably a few different things, but like,
Yeah.
I love playing a lot in a row. I feel like, I don't know if my stats back this up, but like if I play 3 or 4 in a row, I feel like my later tournaments are usually better than the first one for every reason, just getting a groove of it.
Get those stats running.
But yeah, it's
Research team.
the season now is just it's a grind. It's a little more condensed. It's a lot of big tournaments, tough golf courses.
Were we talking about someone brought up the fact that like when a team is on a long, oh no, this is Roan told me this. I don't know if he got he has basketball podcasts and stuff, and
Yeah.
he's always talking to different athletes. And he was saying that like when a team is on a really long road trip, that you would think that the ending, like if you're on a 6-game road trip or a 6-week road trip or something in golf, that you would think as a fan or like a bettor that like, all right, they're definitely going to lose that game because they've been on the road and they're just like they're done. But actually, that last game, like they're like so dialed in because they're like about to go home. They get like that excitement,
for sure,
like that like reignites.
It's like the day before the holiday break. When
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
school.
You almost have nothing to lose. Like if I look at my position, say it's the 4th in a row, I haven't seen my kids in 2 or 3 weeks. Like,
right.
It's like if I miss the cut, it's like I got to go home to see my family.
Right.
Or you still obviously want to play well, but it's almost like a win-win.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
It's a good like mental space to be.
Totally, yeah.
Especially in like the team aspect too. They're like, all right, boys, like I know that we just did this like crazy grind, but
let's
like
do one more week
it.
and we're home.
Yeah. So it actually got me thinking. I've been like keeping an eye on that, like teams that are like 4 or 5 road trip, seeing if like anything like spikes on that.
Yeah.
It was good intel.
That
It makes sense though.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Canadian Open for you, and we've talked a lot on the show in general just about how national opens we think are so awesome. Like this year watching Rory at the Irish Open, like win the Irish Open.
Incredible.
So sick with like the eagle on the last, he did that again yesterday. By
Robbie Mack.
Yeah, Robbie Mack winning.
Great one.
Was it the Scottish Open last year?
Yeah.
That he won that and like winning the Canadian Open. I mean, can it get much cooler than that?
It's hard to imagine. I think much cooler than that. A major would be obviously incredible. Like Mike Weir's the only person to win a major in men's golf with the Masters, so that would be at minimum at par. But when we grow up, get on the PGA Tour, like it's Canadian Open and the majors. That's kind of like because it is treated to us like we feel like stars at the Canadian Open. There's no other tournament where we're even close to treat like that. Where we're recognized or we the fan support. Like this year. My pairing the first 2 days with Mackenzie Hughes and Taylor Pendrith, all playing great. We were like, all of us were like 3 or 4 or 5 under that front 9 Friday afternoon. It was buzzing. Like it was
so sick. I can't even imagine.
And like that's just if we're paired like that here or any other tournament, it's not the same.
Right.
So, and to do it in that fashion, something that I would never dream about. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean that I've been to the Canadian Open a couple of years, maybe last year. Last year I went to the Canadian Open. Phenomenal crowds up there. I mean, the fan support, like how much Canadians love golf, how nice everyone is, which everybody kind of knows, of course. You guys are Canadian, but like everyone's like so friendly, so into it, and so happy, like almost very happy that all of the professional golfers decided to come like play for them that week.
Yeah.
This is sort of like the vibe that they give off the whole time.
I think the biggest shift I saw was the 2 years it was canceled from COVID.
Yeah.
The first year back was at Royal St. George's, which is a pretty iconic golf course in Canada. That's when Rory won.
Yep.
I think Liv started that week. Right. It was a crazy week.
He chirped Greg Norman.
Chirped Greg Norman.
Post-round presser.
But the crowds that week were nothing that I'd ever seen at Canadian Open, and it's been like that or better every year since then. So almost like missing for 2 years, there was like this thirst to have golf back.
Is that like Rory versus JT down the stretch?
And Tony Finau.
Yeah, that's right. That was awesome.
And there's been a lot of then I had won the next year. Bobby Mack won the next year, which was a great finish. This year with the playoff with Sam Burns and Foxy, it's been a great stretch for Canadian golf for sure.
You guys have had a really good run with the Canadian Open.
Yeah.
So yours, when you make a putt like the one that you made to win the Canadian Open, just like it was unbelievable moment, unbelievable celebration. Does part of you almost like feel bad when you make a putt that long?
No.
You can say no. Yeah. You can say no.
I think I've been asked a couple of times if it's popped up when someone's watched it because I played with Tommy the first 2 days there. It was me, Corey Connors, and him.
Yep.
And I had a tough first day and came back just to make the cut. And, we've seen the playoff and then, we kind of hug after it goes in and he had said a few things. And by that time I was essentially blacked out. I didn't even know what's going on. But I do remember in that moment being as gracious as Tommy is, it was like, hey, your last 3 rounds were incredible. Great playing, congratulations type thing. And that's just who Tommy is, right? And I'm the biggest fan as he is in the last 2 years since then of him trying to break through and win.
Yeah. And
this year with the Travelers, which is a heartbreaker, even Memphis, and for someone to just keep stepping on up and trying to win he was playing so well. And so it's pretty cool for him to win the Tour Championship, and he's continued to play great over in Europe. So yeah, it was a special moment, but Tommy, is just all class.
He is all class. He's one of our favorites, Tommy. I was happy. I mean, we were unbelievably thrilled to see him get kind of the win and get over that hump and everything. Well, now we're here, obviously, at TBC Scottsdale, like we talked about. You've brought it up a couple times today, but when you won here, you kind of got roasted for laying up from like 235 yards on the 15th hole. And when you had brought that up, I had kind of forgotten about that. But then I remembered in real time kind of going through the whole thing. But, you know, like we watch these guys now, and all you guys that are out there, and 235, sometimes somebody will pull like a 5-iron and hit one 235 yards.
Yeah.
Walk us through sort of like the back nine when you did win here, how intense that was at the tournament that has way more fans and way more of an environment than any other tournament all year long.
Yeah, I remember it was a marathon day. We talked about it was almost 36 holes that day.
Because this was the rain year.
The rain year, yeah.
The rain guy.
There was quite a few of us at least tied or within a shot when I was getting through 10 or 11, and then Charlie Hoffman kind of pulled away in the middle of that back nine. And so I was 3 back with 4 to play on 15. And like anybody, I can see why the broadcaster's like, why is this guy laying up? Like he needs 3 birdies or an eagle. And, you know, I've just had that rule on that hole specifically since I've started playing here. Is like, I don't go for it in any circumstance if I have essentially a 4-iron or less. And with that front pin, it's like, it seems very accessible if you're going for it, but if you miss it left, you have no chance to get up and down. A little right, you're in the water, and my tournament's over. And so, yeah, to me, it was kind of a non-decision. Like they talked about it a lot. Of course, when I make birdie, it makes my decision look like I'm a genius, but
Right.
That's typically the strength of my game. So I was just playing to my strengths. And I think it's because it went into a playoff and it was just kind of forgotten about. But I'm sure if, you know, the year before I was either 1 back of Scotty and did the same thing, laid up, but he hit in that left bunker and hit it to 20 feet. So like I knew where I played here enough. I knew that pin location wasn't as accessible as they were trying to make it be.
Yeah.
And 235 is still 235. If I
Right.
if I push that 12 yards, it's in the water. Like it wasn't like a no-brainer go for. So it panned out for me that year. It didn't the year before, but for me, I knew it was the best play for my game.
Yeah. And then another thing you said, we went over to 16. We're talking about 16, and you were saying with the adrenaline and with all that on 16, you pretty much always take one less club.
Always.
Just because of adrenaline.
Oh yeah. And I've said it doesn't matter if it's your 7th hole Thursday morning, or you're trying to win the golf tournament. Like it's there. It's an atmosphere that we don't really get ever. Maybe 17 at Sawgrass occasionally.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's there. Doesn't matter what position of tournament. There's always adrenaline when you're trying to win, or maybe the last hole and trying to make the cut. But 8-iron, I'm typically like 165, or maybe and if it's a buck 80 that back pin, it is auto 8-iron.
Yeah.
It's not even thinking about anything else.
Without giving away too much about what happened today, did what happened on the 15th hole today change your outlook on how you're going to play that hole?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
What'd you have in?
250.
Okay. I'm just saying.
That was a fucking golf shot.
I'm just saying, like,
You
if
know?
we're not doing that tournament week, what are we doing, you know?
Because
That
you
was
even
a
said when
golf
you
shot.
lined up, you were like, normally I'd lay this up, which is
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I might
Pretty
start
good.
thinking about
That
it,
was
man.
pretty good.
Might want to
I
consider.
like I've never. It's not like I've never gone for it. Like say
Okay.
I've played when I've been 2 out of the cut or something, or Saturday and I'm, in 45th place.
Situational.
It changes situationally
I
a
see.
little bit, but generally, like in that decision when I was still 3 back, it just the risk was too high for my game. It's like I'm gonna lay up to like a perfect kind of backstop wedge shot where I expect to be inside 10 feet with that wedge shot, very high percentage of the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm never making 6. Because even if I make par there, I still have an outside chance with 3 holes to go.
Yeah.
But I just thought going for it, the likelihood of eagle was quite low, and making a bogey completely lost my chance of winning. So that was just my rationale at that moment.
How many times in your career have you like lost a tournament based off of strategy, where like you've sat in the car going back being like, we hit the shots we wanted to, but our game plan lost it? Like, has there ever been an issue for you where like you said like that was your strategy going in and like it ended up
Yeah.
working out? like for us as amateur golfers, it's just funny for me to think like you guys are so good that like legitimate strategy could be the difference between winning and losing.
Totally.
As opposed to us, like we're just trying to hit the ball onto the green like every single time.
Get
We're not
it
really
in
thinking.
the air.
We're not thinking about anything aside from it might be in the back of our heads like let's play this one a little bit more safe or like let's not go with that clip because you might hit the water. But strategy isn't necessarily like the big thing that we're thinking about the whole entire day. Like for you could literally win or lose a tournament based off of like not taking a 3-wood, taking a 4-iron. Hitting them both pure and just making that decision.
Right, because in theory you have all the shots.
You have all the shots. It's all. It's like you have the coach's playbook in your hand. Has there ever been a time where you're like, "Fuck, we fucked up"?
I've luckily like say my last 3 wins being in playoffs, like they've panned out where like it didn't matter what I did after because the result was what you're looking for. Like the year before, like in 23 when I finished second to Scotty, I laid up on 15 there, and that could have been one where I regretted it in a sense because I laid up, made par, and lost by 2, but. For me, I just didn't execute the wedge shot. That's kind of how I thought. It wasn't. Golf is so easy to be hindsight all the time. Like, if you go for a shot and it doesn't pan out, man, I should have played safe there. But it's like, well, if you stuffed it, then you'd be like the smartest person on the course. So like, I battled with hindsight in the past if it hasn't worked out. But strategy can certainly be important. Like this golf, we've talked about this back nine a lot today. Like, there's a lot of risk reward on that back nine, and it's all. I think if you're mentally committed to that decision and you accept the result regardless, then I think you can walk away fine.
Yeah.
But if you're over it and you're like, man, I probably shouldn't be doing this, and then you hit it in the water or something like that, then you're mad about your execution, you're mad about your strategy. You got to pick one and just commit to it.
Right. So that's the damnedest thing about this game, golf, is that there's so much that goes into each shot as opposed to other sports. It's so reactionary. You really don't get to think. You're just going. Yeah. You guys are like, all right, this is what we're going to go with, and we're going to live with this for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
And that's the challenge, right? Like,
unbelievable.
I feel like as my career's gone on, I now judge my shots way more where my head was at than anything with golf swing.
Yeah. I guess like a pitcher. Like, I'm going to throw this guy a fastball on an 0-2 count. You know, like,
you're making a decision.
You're making a decision. Let's see how it's a game of poker. Like, let's see what's going to happen.
But there's probably a lot of shots today where if you look back, you're like, where was I thinking there? If you're like
game of chess, I was going to say.
Fan the 3 left, and you're like, I don't want to hit left, and you over-release it and you snipe it right. Like, were you in the right headspace to even hit a good shot there? Or you just think about where you didn't want to hit it? Like, golf is there's so much of that going on versus someone passing to you and you just jump up and shoot a jump shot or something. Like,
do you have a mental coach and team like that you work through all this stuff with?
Worked with a handful over the years. Yeah, I do. And yeah, I feel like I've just grown to know the importance over time.
Sorry, his stomach. We're talking about something intense.
We just ate lunch when you were there.
Yeah,
I think we all got fried rice except Riggs.
We couldn't continue
all
the mental
I wonder
talk
if the mic picked that up.
Yeah, his stomach was growling.
It's moving around. Sorry.
That's all right. I had fried rice too.
It was
maybe it's the Taco Bell we were talking about and you're just fired up.
Oh, we had a full fast food discussion at the table. It was a really good time.
We broke it down, yeah.
We did break it down.
Best French fries? McDonald's.
But we were talking Crunchwrap Supremes.
Crunchwrap Supremes,
soft
tacos.
Some of the table never had Taco Bell, and we almost fell off the chair.
That was shocking.
I mean, you don't have much room to talk. You had a Mountain Dew for the first time.
First time ever.
Ago.
2.5 weeks ago.
Wow.
That's insane.
What'd you think?
Nate the Great just went, God damn. He just shook his head. He's like, fuck.
It's like,
Nate
come
the Great
on,
lives on Mountain Dew, man. Look at him.
Puts in his cereal.
Yeah. I thought it was good. It was funny because Trent, and we'll get back to, because I actually, I'm very interested in that whole set, because as you saw out there today, I probably need some help in that category. But Trent lived in Iowa, so it feels like a Mountain Dew state. I don't know what that means. It just feels like one. Is that bad to say?
I mean,
does that mean?
I think you're saying it in a way that is a little bit
like. What? Is it not a Mountain Dew state?
I don't know if that's what we're gonna.
Are you gonna give Mountain Dew
bro, when you
to your kid?
When you drive into Iowa, the sign doesn't say Mountain Dew State.
It might.
Home of Mountain Dew.
Nate's laughing. You could probably find something about New York, like a bunch of guys who think they grew up in Italy.
The thing I don't like about it is you saying it in particular, because you're a New York guy and you're like, you're from one of those Mountain Dew states. And I know the implication of that.
It's like part of the ranges. It's like,
don't look down on Mountain Dew.
Mountain ranges,
right?
The Mountain Dew ranges.
This guy had it 2 weeks ago and he's weaponizing it.
Anyway, I texted Trey. I'm like, what am I going to think about this? He's like, there's no way. I said, what does it taste like? And he said, there's no way.
It tastes like Mountain Dew.
It tastes like Mountain Dew, which was really interesting to go into, and it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Because it's not Coke, Pepsi, it's not.
People
this,
can't
that.
believe I've never had Mountain Dew. I just simply have never had it.
Well, it's
I don't know.
surprising as much of a Taco Bell guy as you are. Those two things are.
Well, that's how it started. We're on our way to a pop punk show, and Robbie Fox is like, we're talking about Taco Bell. And I'm like, you know what I've never had? I've never had that famous drink at Taco Bell. And he said
He texted me immediately.
yeah. Why am I, the Baja Blast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that? I'm like asking him. He's like, what?
Okay.
It's like, you've never lived till you had a Baja Blast. So then we tried Mountain Dew. It was great. It was
good.
great. So
It is
but
good.
anyway,
Speaking of Mountain Dew.
speaking of Mountain Dew. No, but I mean, so the mental side, yeah, I mean, it's got to be taken just as seriously as all the physical stuff, right? Like working out, working on your game. You got to be able to figure out strategy, talk, all of that.
Totally.
That all goes down to what's
Like
going
you,
on
like
between the ears.
for Scotty, I remember he would be probably the top of the mountain of the mental game. If you look at like the only stat you can maybe correlate would be bounce back,
Yeah.
Mm.
and he's number one the last 3 or 4 years. It's when you make a mistake, what do you do in the next hole? And he's birding at the highest rate of anybody.
So bounce back
forgetting-
stats, like you like make a bogey or
Bogey or worse, what are you doing in the next hole?
wow.
And he's
He has
number one the last 2
Wow.
or 3 years easily.
That is so true. There's really.
Rom's got to be up there too, right? Doesn't Rom
Yeah.
always like light fire after he makes a mistake?
Yeah, and like again, like
Without the
but over the
Masters.
course of a year, like say you bogey the second hole here and three's the par 5, like you're gonna birdie that hole more times than if you
Yeah.
bogey 7, then you have 8, the monster that you guys had 250 into. Like it's
Yeah.
We did.
but over the course of a year, it's
Yeah.
gonna even out.
Yeah.
And it's like he is number one for a reason. And like how many
Interesting.
times top of my head is like the British this year when he made double on the final round, maybe on 7 or 8, and he birdies 9.
Oh,
right
yeah,
away.
yeah.
So like there was all of a sudden the door opened a bit, he slammed it right away. Birdies the next hole, and he's so good at that. And I remember last year, maybe Colorado, he didn't play very well. He had a few, he's always on TV, but like frustrating moments. And he just essentially he talked with Ted and his team. He's like, I wasn't in the best mental state, and clean it up, wins the Tour Championship next week.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
When he made that double, I remember people tweeting like he just did that just to feel something, because he was on such like cruise control.
totally.
That's like, let's just see what happens if.
But
I
he
do
does it all the
this.
time. Like think of the Masters when he's had slow starts and all of a sudden just birdies 3 in a row after
Yep.
bogey. Like and Tiger was incredible with that too. But I feel like golf has shifted a bit, maybe just for me personally, but it's like, where were you mentally that week? It's just become higher on the reflection list or whatever you want to call it. Like, it's not always, oh man, my swing didn't feel great. Well, it's like, you're just never going to feel amazing but if you're in the right state of mind, you're going to get the best out of yourself that day.
There's definitely a real fine line between a bogey either giving you like the charge that you need to get back or being the thing that ruined your day. That's
And I
like
think
literally
everyone's a
you
little
get-
bit different, right?
Yeah, you fall off or you build.
Like I remember I've read or seen interviews of Steve Williams talking about Tiger. Like Tiger got fired up way more than Scotty currently does.
Yep.
But that was his way to blow it off. And he's like, and Steve would say Tiger never brought the next shot to the next one, which is such a skill to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Scotty like rarely shows emotion, good or bad. And that's his way of doing it. Like, and you see, like if you look at tennis, like Federer never had reactions like when the prime of his career, but Djokovic would be a little more like everyone's a little different, but as long as that next shot, they're fully presently for that shot. That's why they're so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always noticed that with Tiger. It almost felt like he needed to do that to get
Yeah.
over it.
I think I remember one time he had like a 7-step rule. After his shot, he took 7 steps, and after that shot's gone.
Wow.
7-step rule.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that, but it was some length of step, but it was pretty short. Where it was like,
we're gonna build
it's
our
gone.
whole brand on that.
yeah.
You better.
But everyone like that's where golf I think is so unique from other sports, right? You don't have the next play right away.
You're like a 10,000 step guy.
Yeah.
You're still thinking about it.
Yep.
Just
That song.
drop that in
I
half.
would walk 500 miles.
That's you after you hit a bad shot.
Yeah. I'm on my back heels, man. I know what my mistake is too. It's crazy. That hook is nuts. I just can't get my weight forward. I'm obsessed with this like hitting up on it thing. So I'm doing it and I'm pulling away.
You're trying to hit up on it.
I'm just like pulling away at impact. So I'm toe hooking everything. I can feel it. When I'm on the range, no problem. On the course, I do
So
it.
you're trying to hit it further on the course?
Yeah. I'm trying. there's like a part of me that's like when I take the club back, I'm like, this isn't going to generate enough to get it to where I want it to go. And then I try and give it a little more, and I hit up on it, and I'm looking up, and then it's toe, and then it's like snapper. I mean, that snapper is something that's just like that was never a part of my game.
Like
I would go a year without
your
hitting
first two tee shots that you fan left a bit. Most places is like that's the miss you want, right?
Right.
Those I'm motherfucker in like Arizona because it's like, why is that not rough?
You're in a cactus.
Like, why
that's
is that
a State's
not rough?
problem. That's not his problem.
Yeah, those were good. Those are balls in the air feeling good. The snappers, man.
Those are killer.
And it's like out of nowhere.
Yeah, and again, not to give out too much away, but you hit more of those today than you probably have in the last
It drives me crazy.
2 years.
I've always prided myself on, especially like since we've started the brand and been on videos where like I can get through a round where like everything's a pretty, like at least I'm playing the game of golf. You know what I mean? I obviously have the chipping yips, which like everyone wants me to talk about, but now it's like this mistake is causing me to not be able to play the game of golf. Like I can't play the holes.
It sucks to me you don't drive it well. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
I get it.
Bad.
It's almost you got to commit to a shape of a shot. I know you're saying you like to hit draws.
Well, I started tinkering with
like the biggest thing I think pro
Ooh,
golfers have is like a go-to shot when shit does not feel good.
Right.
Especially if it's a tight hole, you got to get in the fair. Like here, like the rough was pretty juicy today.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Today.
And like for me, I've discovered it's like I tee the ball a half inch lower. I feel like I'm covering it and hitting the kind of that squeeze cut.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, again, you commit to it. It's not always going to work out that way, but that's the feeling of like, hey, if I need to get this in play, like that's the shot I'm going to. And most people have something like that they can rely on if
I need to get that back. I need to find
something like that where it's like if through 3 holes you're like it's not here today.
Yeah.
And just hit that shot.
Funny because when we got fit at TaylorMade last year, I made a couple changes, and I was so stupid. I wanted to change the shaft color because I just didn't like that I was in the red Ventus just based off the color. I thought it made my clubs look stupid. I'm like, I think I'm ready for the blue TR. I'm like doing research on the coolest looking shafts. Has nothing to do with my game. And I basically forced them to fit me into this. But we got to a point, long story short, we got to a point where they gave me this like LS head and they put weight on the toe. And they're like, this is now set up for you to just rip it really as hard as you want. And it's always just going to come back to the right for you. It's going to be a draw. Like that confidence that you're saying where it's like, just trust it. Yeah. Swing to that spot. And like maybe you'll push it if like you don't get the club face perfectly square or whatever it might be, but it's built for you to do that. And I like tinkered too much. I went back to the red shaft. I'm back in the core head. I don't even know what I'm lined up on. So I'm just like, I don't have that consistency or that confidence right now to be like, I can just pummel this thing. You were saying, look out to the horizon and just hit it towards it. Like I don't have that feel right now. I don't know where it's going, right, left. I have no idea. So I got to get back to that. I got to find it.
Well, like today, we were giving you crap, but you changed the settings in your driver like 3 times.
Yeah.
And you like, there's so many factors that why you could have been driving it bad.
Right.
Like,
Every time we look back at the car, you were.
They got to take that thing away from me. It's like
we're
a hardcore
We're
drug.
gonna steal that wrench from you.
I'm gonna be behind the freaking dumpster with that thing. It's bad.
When's the last time you drew the golf ball?
Intentional, like when I was trying to do it. I haven't attempted to draw it off the tee for years.
Like you didn't
say.
Yeah, dude. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
But I was a drawer of the ball until 2015, essentially. Maybe
who got you, Butch Harmon? Did he get to your head or what?
No, honestly,
Wasn't
part of
he
it was
DJ's
equipment a bit. Like the equipment has become so much low spin that I couldn't get enough spin with draws off the tee. It would just be knuckling, and then that brought in the right because I would get underneath it trying to get spin on it, and it just led to a lot of issues because I just couldn't get the ball in the air.
Yep.
And it took some time. We talked about like the sight lines for me changed so much. It's like, my head has always been a little bit turned to the right, so I saw the draws so much easier. So to set up for fade, which felt like I was aimed 50 yards left, and trust that it's going to come back, like took a bit of time. I knew going to it that my dispersion was just going to be better. Like we were talking about, like if I start double crossing is when I get into trouble. My best weeks is not that I don't miss it left, but I have that confidence it's gonna fade for the most part. I might miss in the left rough here or there, but like it's coming back. And then if it overcuts, it's just that's the miss that you kind of desire.
Yeah, it's fine. Land soft.
I think I was blown away this year. I think it was Scotty at the PGA. They showed a stat. He is the lowest percentage right rough of anybody on tour, and he like strictly fades the ball. but his ball always fades. Like he might have a random double cross here or there, but I still give him like he's always fading it, but he misses it right.
Yeah, right.
That's unbelievable.
And I almost still can't comprehend that.
Yeah, that just blew my mind. That blew my mind.
Because always like when you think cut, like, oh, I'm gonna miss it right, and that's fine. It's a softer miss, but he doesn't miss it left really ever either. So, but it was still one of those things like he misses it right less than anybody, but he's always fading it. Like I was just like, Jesus,
where's that ball landed?
Maybe that's the answer.
right. Maybe that's the answer. Yeah, no, I noticed, just talking through that with you a little bit today, and it was like that was so. You made it look so easy of like your ball was starting left and just cutting the whole way towards the hole or towards the fairway all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's just got the most reliable ball flight all day. That was just like, it just made it like so simple where it's like, I feel like a lot of times we were talking about mental and stuff. It's like, I don't have a plan really.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to aim at it and hope it goes at it. Maybe draw, maybe it'll cut, maybe it'll heal it. Like, I don't know, but like, I'm going to do that versus it was like you had such a plan clearly and you were executing everything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, today I drove it great. That's not like a auto everyday thing, but when I've played my best, and you think about it, like we talked about some of the best ball strikers I've played with, Corey Connors like strictly draws it and Morikawa like strictly fades it essentially. And it's like they have the whole fairway to play with. When I've struggled the most with my coaches, like I'm aiming too straight. So like if my face gets a little left or a little right, it's now like moving away from where I'm trying to hit it. Where if I'm having a fade, if it fades 5 yards or 15 or 20 yards, I'm probably still in the fairway because I'm using the whole fairway.
Right.
And so again, yeah, today was a nice reflection of like it fading every time and trusting that. And that was a big reason why this year was a great year. Like I drove it well for me. Like I'm never going to overpower a golf course. I've come to terms with that. I'm 37 now. Like I'm not going to gain 20 yards overnight, but if I hit it far enough, like yes and no.
We were talking that you're not like you're in the lower third.
What
what
was the stat you gave us? Where you
I
started?
said I've been on tour. This is my 11th year. Since my rookie year and now, I've gained 5 yards probably. Definitely gained like 2 or 3 miles of ball speed. And my first year on tour, I was like 75th in driving distance, and I'm now like 150.
Jeez,
Insane.
Bombing it. These guys are bombing it.
Well, it's
That's
just how
crazy.
fast it's gotten further.
Right.
But like, there's a lot of weeks where if the ball's rolling a bit in the fairways, I'm not that far behind guys
No.
that are 180.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so I can still compete. But if I'm missing fairways, that's like the carry difference is that, if I'm carrying it 20 to 25 yards shorter than these guys and I'm missing fairways, then I'm trying to hit 6 irons out of the rough where they're hitting a 9 iron out of the rough. And that's where it's way tougher for me on like thick, rough, long golf courses. But I had a good amount of success on long golf courses this year. Like Torrey Pines was wet and I drove it great that week and finished top 10. Memorial, I played well. Rough was brutal, but I was hitting in the fairway.
How hard is that place? Memorial.
Brutal.
Yeah, Muirfield. I've never been there, but everybody
Probably the hardest wedge golf course maybe on the planet.
Why?
Visually, like Jack did such a good job of visually intimidating you with wedge shots. And there's also small areas, and you know that. Like I would say, and for a right-handed golfer, so like the third hole and 14 are very similar greens. They're quite long, narrow, but they go from like front left to back right. So for a right-hander, if you fan a wedge of it, it's going shorter, it's in the water. If you pull it, it's going longer, which is screwed long left of the green. And it all runs away to the water. And so you just know these wedge shots, you have a tabletop to land it on. And if you hit a great, like you get rewarded. That's why I think Tiger dominated there. He was such a good iron player. You're rewarded for great shots, but if you're slightly off, it's like an auto bogey.
Yeah.
And it's just a really, really hard golf. And the rough this year was knee high. Like it was brutal.
Yeah, like every amateur golfer I know that's played out at Muirfield, and when you ask them about it, they're like, "That's the hardest place I've ever played."
Yeah.
Like I don't know how a golf course can be harder. Like it's perfect. It's like amazing, immaculate.
12 is such a brutal par 3. It's just, it's so hard. Like you're so happy to hit on the green there when you leave the tee. Doesn't matter if you're 70 feet or 10 feet. Like it's swirling winds. Long is like I hit it long last year, having a good day. Hit bunker, hit in the water, made 6, and you're just like, what just happened? What just happened? Just a day runner so quickly.
Just a day ruiner. Classic rookie mistake, not going to Sport Clips haircuts. look, we love the app, talked about it before. The app at Sport Clips is just huge. They're obviously the pros in men's hair. They got TVs. They got it feeling like the spot that you're supposed to be if you're a guy. And it's the people cutting your hair that are supposed to be cutting your hair if you're a guy, because they are the experts in men's hair. But the key is you use this app, you sign up, you log in, you get your position in line. It'll tell you 21 minutes until you're about ready. And then you don't have to waste time. You can just go over there right when you're supposed to be there. Boom, you are in. The MVP haircut experience, you get a hot steam towel, a massaging shampoo, and that precision cut. It's the whole 9 yards. When you step into Sport Clips, you're walking into a zone for guys. The games are on. The stylists just get it. This is a place designed for guys to win and walk out with a haircut ready for the highlight reel. Make sure you are booking your haircut. You're booking your next haircut, your next MVP haircut experience at Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Obviously, I know you love the Canadian Open, but like, what's your favorite like tournament to play in on the regular PGA Tour schedule?
I love Pebble Beach. I've history of winning there is great, but like that was, we talked about it, like Tiger won the 2000 US Open there, and that was like kind of when I was getting into golf. I was 12 at the time, and just like always, then you play like Tiger Woods, whatever his video game was, 2K on like at Pebble, and like and so my rookie year I got to play that. I'm like, this, I don't care if it's pouring down rain and 40 degrees, like this, I love this place. And we've had great weather years, we've had terrible ones, but like it's I love going there. And then to be able to say that I've won there is obviously pretty cool too.
You know a guy named Ty Tryon?
Yeah, I think I saw he was on the game, right?
Yeah, 04.
We were trying to figure out who the hell that
he
is.
got through Q school, I think, when he was 17 or 18.
Yeah, he played in a couple events when he was what, like 16?
Something like that.
He was like the next.
He was in the game.
And then yeah.
And just like kind of.
What is he, 1 year on tour and that was it?
Yeah. I called him Tryon by accident, but that was a Ryan Richardson little dyslexic.
What do we call him? Is it Tyron?
Oh, I called him Tyron.
It's Tryon. It's Ty Tryon.
It's a Tyrone.
I think it's Ty Tryon.
Tryon.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get in touch with him.
We would love to have him on the pod.
I believe somebody. Yeah. We're trying.
Did you ever text him? No answer. Oh no,
no response.
Oh, no.
I bet his story is fascinating.
It's gotta
fascinating.
be. It's gotta be.
Like, is he just like a teaching pro now? Like, I was in the
No idea.
video game.
Is he even, yeah.
You know?
Even like Siwoo Kim got on tour when he was 17 and wasn't able to play.
Yeah.
We actually put so I don't know what year that was. It would have been 2012 maybe. He got his card. It was the last year I think you could get your card through finals at Q School. It's changed now, back again, and then the next year I played with him in the final round of the Corn Ferry qualifying school, like the 6th round, and we both got our Corn Ferry card. But I was like, this guy looks like he's 12 and he already played a year on tour.
Crazy.
How old was he when he won the Players? He's probably pretty young. I think
he would have been 22.
Yeah,
that's insane. I remember that year. That's insane.
Because in 2013 he would have been 18.
Jesus.
I saw, who was it? Your guy Schaefer? Is that the stat that he was 12 during COVID?
Yeah.
Who was?
The number one pick for the Islanders I was telling you about, Schaefer.
Oh God, makes me feel so
yeah,
old.
It's ridiculous.
He was 12 years old.
I mean, he just played against Brent Burns the other night, and it was like he's 18, Burns is like 40, and like Burns was like in the league before he was even born.
Insane.
It doesn't make
That's
it
unbelievable.
playing against this guy. It's like you weren't born when I started what you're doing right
In
now.
the league before.
I remember watching Q School on TV when I was in college, and they had the stat. It was like the average age of gotten their card that year was 34, and I'm like 21 at the time. Like, oh, like the runway for golf is like, okay, like if I struggle with it, I'm fine. And now it's like 24.
Yeah.
God.
I was gonna ask you that, like the new style and how big golf is now. It's got to be so hard for juniors to like make it now, right? And I'm not saying that like you had an easier path to it, but golf has definitely exploded
Totally.
since when you were coming up. Even when you were coming, you were only 37. Like these 12-year-olds.
There's
now,
different
right? Like,
avenues
how the hell
now
are they
that
gonna
are
make it?
like, didn't matter how you were in college, you might get some sponsor invites, but you don't have this like PGA Tour University, which I think is great to get these guys.
Oh, I see.
There,
Yeah,
but
there's more
They get a
ways
full
there.
card.
Yeah.
And there was probably some older guys that didn't agree with that because, you know, I had to work my way up. But the depth of talent now is a joke. You just have so many athletes that probably 15 years ago were playing different
That's
sports,
kind of
and
what
now
I
they're
mean.
playing
They're
golf.
all going to golf now.
And like,
I mean, you see LeBron James tweeting like, "I can't stop watching golf." It's like that's gonna change
absolutely.
the sports world. The
It
more
is.
that keeps
Absolutely.
happening. Like if LeBron James and freaking Messi and all these guys keep playing golf the way
Yeah.
that they are, like and all these Formula One drivers,
Yeah.
it's just gonna like change the game so much.
Alcaraz.
Alcaraz, like they're just
His
like
celebration playing
Alcaraz is
tennis.
literally
Yeah.
playing
Like,
tennis with
it's crazy.
Sergio, like. Yeah, like every like 8 to 12-year-old like athletes can be like, I want to do that. Then.
It'll at least be
Yeah.
an option.
Like, oh, my favorite
Totally.
athlete likes this the most. Like, I
Yeah.
want to go do that.
It might be perfect. Like football, obviously, there's so many studies of how unsafe it is. Not that it's still going to be crazy popular,
Yeah.
but if you have the means to maybe do golf instead, that's a choice now. Where that was not, people would never do that.
Dude,
15, 20
it's
years ago.
changed even on the amateur side. Like when I was in high school, it was like 2010, 2011. No one played golf. None of
Yeah.
my buddies played golf.
No.
0 of them. Like when I was on the golf team, they're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, and now like you have a group chat with 14 guys in it. Every single guy golfs every single weekend.
Yep.
And I know that that's like the most common story amongst all buddies and groups right now. It's like, yeah, they wish they started earlier. And now they are starting earlier.
Yeah.
So I just can't even imagine like what high school competition looks like and what trying to get looked at by colleges even looks like now. It's just the pool's got to be so filled.
Huge. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was talking with a group of guys this past weekend, and they were talking about like their kids and like their daughters and like them playing sports, and they all kind of agreed. They're like, we're kind of at the point where we're like, only want to tell our kids like, make sure you play golf and tennis because you'll play them the rest of your life,
Yeah.
and it'll give back to you the rest of your life. Whereas this one guy I was talking about, I think it was like his daughter plays softball and getting recruited to play softball, and he was like, the second that she reaches the level where she can't play anymore, like she's never going to play again ever.
Totally.
Like she'll put her whole life into softball. And then like, let's say that last day is her senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Then like it's over. Softball,
Yeah.
like, okay, so there's a little bit of rec league softball, sure. But like he's not,
Yeah.
not really. Where he was like, or if you play hockey, like whatever, that like you're pretty much done when you're done.
Yeah.
And whereas if you look at a sport like golf, it's like, no, you'll play that.
And you
for the
can
rest
play
of your
with
life.
people at any level, right? Like
Yeah.
I still routinely play with old college teammates, old college buddies that were play different sports. I play with, high school buddies that we were on the high school team together that they're, they still play golf, but not like it's not their profession anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like, the amount of people you meet through golf, it's such a fascinating sport.
It is.
It's such a small world too, the golf world.
Oh, everybody knows.
Everyone knows everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough sport though. Like, I mean, I think I want my son to play golf for sure, but I don't know, like if I had to pick a professional sport for him to be in, I don't know that I would choose golf. It's a freaking brutal sport,
Like a
man.
lonely grind.
I mean, I know you made it and you've won PGA
Yeah.
Tour events, but like,
But
God,
you
is
could
that-
argue any professional sport is an absolute
I know,
grind, right?
but like it's just the mental side of it where it's like it's just you out there and it's like every success or failure is on you as
Yeah.
opposed to like you have a great season, you guys didn't win, but like you still batted 285 and like you were a
Yeah.
good teammate, you played good defense, like you didn't get the win, but
Yeah.
in golf's like if you don't get those wins, like you're driving from event to event, like it's a freaking dark world.
It can be, no doubt.
Like, and I know every sport has those journeys, right? Like minor league baseball players are living like 7 guys in an apartment
Yeah.
building, and they're barely making their rent. But I don't know. There's just something about it. Like the more that I've seen your guys' side of it, like it's I have a lot more respect for what you guys did to get here because it's something that's not highlighted enough. It's a grind.
Yeah, it is.
I can't even imagine coming from the Canada side either. It's just not easier.
Those were like honestly some of the best times and some of the like most frustrating times, right? Like
Didn't you want to give up at one point? Like there's no.
I
fucking
never
way
had
we
that
can make
moment.
this.
I've coming out of college, I had Adidas as a sponsor, but I had sponsors enough where like luckily financially I was never in like I can't afford this.
Yeah.
And I'd played well
That's
enough in some
huge.
mini tour stuff that like luckily for me that wasn't a reason. That's a huge reason a lot of guys stop playing golf. It's just
Yeah.
so expensive.
Yep.
So no, there was times where I was, not happy with where I was and, down on my golf game, but I guess I kept the faith at some point that, and it helped that I'd reached a level in amateur golf. Like I know I can get back there at a minimum
Yeah.
and just kind of found a way. But, so many, I think for guys is just playing well at the right time. And that is,
We say with our guy Alistair,
Yeah.
he's, local
And
guy,
dude,
and it's like he's
not
just can't
everyone's
make it. One
gonna
stroke
be-
away. Like, what are we talking about?
there's so few Jordan Spieths or like Justin Thomas, like they're going to make it. I don't
Yeah.
care
Yep.
if they miss their chance the first time, the second time, like they're so good
Right.
that they're going to be out there. And luckily for me, like when I made finals at Q School for the first time, like I got my Corn Ferry card that year. The next year I got into the Corn Ferry finals and got my card through that. was able to take advantage of the opportunities. And like, yeah, I like to think if I didn't get that, I eventually got here, but you never know. Like,
Right.
injuries happen, random stuff happens that you have no control over. But there's plenty of guys that you're like, how did that guy not make it? But he might have only had those 3 opportunities and they just didn't pan out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Right. You take those guys, you take any of the top 50 in the Korn Ferry Tour and you just put them into a PGA Tour life. Like they're just like, they look like they belong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like they're hitting the ball just as well. They're like, they can get the ball in the hole just like everyone else. It's just about getting them to that opportunity is like nearly impossible.
Yeah. And a lot of it's like, if you walk down the range of a Korn Ferry event or a PGA Tour event, you're going to be very impressed on either range.
Right.
But obviously you get to the golf course, like that's where the head play comes in.
Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest difference between, even on tour, the upper echelon on tour and guys that are fighting for their card. Like, in my opinion, like a lot of that is in the mental space. There's obviously talent gaps. Like, I'm not hitting as far as Rory McIlroy. I got to figure out a different way to play golf and try to beat him. And that's the beauty about golf too. Like, just because you drive really far doesn't mean you're going to win every week. And, putting is obviously very important. There's other things that can make up those shots. But again, it's just like trying to take advantage of those opportunities you have.
Your stomach's still going. You saw that? Is that what stopped you?
I can't stop
talking.
What am I supposed to do?
Are you okay? Do you need to go poop?
No, I think I'm okay right now. But I mean, probably within the next, short amount of time. Short-ish amount of time.
Okay.
We gotta try to get
do we get a poop break?
I know, this is crazy what's going on in my stomach.
We are trying to make a hole in one today. What's the yardage on it? Does anyone know?
I hope it's under 150. That's just not
we're
even
going
fun.
live, and
We don't know the yardage.
It was yesterday, so it doesn't matter.
Is it really?
175?
God bless.
We ain't
What's
making
wrong
that.
with you guys?
Maybe we just take a couple steps up.
It should be like 140, no?
It's
it
kind
should
of
be a
up to
wedge.
us, no?
I think they probably have all the cameras and shit set
Oh,
up.
true.
175 is a poke.
That's far. That's
It's
not
a
even,
six
that's
iron
not
for
even
your
that
boy.
fun.
No.
That's a 6 iron. I'm
It's
gonna hit
gotta
the
be-
green like 1 out of 3 times.
You got to go like 9 iron or 8 iron for a hole in one
I
challenge.
agree.
That DP World Tour segment they done a couple times where
awesome.
500 shots. That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
That's usually like a pitching wedge or a 9 iron, isn't it?
It's a shortish iron.
Like
Yeah.
145, 150.
Dude, those guys hit 500 and they don't get it.
I know.
Oh, I mean, an hour.
The
Five-
same shot over and over again.
I've debated this, and I think I've asked a couple of tour pros. I would like to get your take on it. If you had to put your money on something, would it be Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy playing a 2-man scramble, or Scotty Scheffler playing a 1-man 2-ball scramble? He gets to hit 2 shots from every location, or it's a 2-man scramble. They're both hitting 1 shot from each spot.
Ooh. So Scotty would hit like 2 tee shots.
Yes,
Best ball from there.
Yes.
2. Oh, it's Scotty every time, isn't it?
that's what I think. There's been
So
people on
Scotty's
both
playing
sides.
essentially a 2-man scramble by himself.
Or you take the 2 best players in the world and they get to feed off each other.
It'd be a tight match, regardless. But
I think you always give the player a second chance, and he can just
yeah.
he
The
can
reason
make
they
the
always say player
adjustments.
B flies private. Like,
Yeah, right.
second shot is always
I
you
like
make that
I like
20-footer after.
Totally.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you just kind of know, you learn.
Even
Yeah.
putting, like the thing today of some of the putts we've had, if you hit the first putt, you have the feel of the speed and the break. You
Right.
get to hit it again.
Right.
Or versus watching, you don't have the same feel.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually an easy answer.
The Rory drives are pretty good.
He
That's what I
does.
mean.
That's right.
Yeah, I think the other side of it would be like, they complement each other's games
Yeah.
in places that they might need each
Yeah.
other for a full day, hitting from the same spot, getting reads, getting feels. Rory becomes a better player.
I
by
think
watching
Scotty over time, though,
would win.
would win.
Yeah.
It's probably like a 55-45, but
Right.
Just double Scotty.
Double Scotty.
Oh.
Double Scotty's a problem.
Double
Dude,
Scotty is a very big problem.
this is when I wasn't hitting snappers, but I did a 1-man 2-ball scramble, and I went, what, Brendan? I went 68?
have you ever played 2-man or 2-ball worst ball?
No, come on. You see what happened?
Did you know what that is, though?
Yeah, worst ball's hard.
I mean, it's
Worst ball's
impossible.
very hard.
So, like, yeah, if you have 2 putts,
You have to make both of them.
you have to make both of them. Brutal.
Brutal. I don't think I've ever made 9 holes doing that. I'll be like, I'm gonna do worst ball today, and like through 3 holes, I'm like,
That sucks.
I'm out.
I've done a couple of the videos, but we just do like 1 holes where it's worst ball, and it
Yeah.
can get ugly quick.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And you can hit great shots, but you gotta get 2 great shots.
You don't realize when you do the 1-man 2-ball scramble how freaking dialed you end up getting. Every chip, every putt, it's just you are all over the hole. That
Yeah.
second one, man, is insane.
Yeah.
even if you knock one closer, like I can go even closer now.
Yeah.
Drives are unbelievably huge.
It's fun. It's fun to mix it up.
Yeah. I would tell everyone if you have like the chance. I mean, if you have like the means to be able to go out there on Twilight round or whatever.
Yeah.
Twilight
Go do
golf
it.
hitting multiple shot is my favorite time.
Yeah, man. Throw
In
two
golf.
balls down. Just play a 1-man 2-ball scramble. It is the most fun thing ever. Just go low.
Go low.
Go low.
Yeah.
We've taken up a lot of your time today. We
I'd like to
appreciate
do
it.
one of those.
It's been
Can
a
we
good
do
day.
one of those top 10s?
Yeah, let's do it.
We were doing a lot of the dozen trivia at lunch today.
There's a chance I run
You
out
like
of
the
here.
dozen, don't you?
I did like the dozen. I think you got me hooked.
I think I'm going to have to put this mic down.
You gotta go run and go poops?
Well, yeah, you kind of
Just hold it. You got it.
Come on.
I'll go
Okay.
quick.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
My stomach's going to keep making noises.
Let me.
What are you doing here?
I'm gonna find the list.
Okay.
Trent wants you to find the list faster.
Yeah, he does. He's giving me that look of like that's a guy taking a long time to find a list. Which list are we gonna go with?
We're gonna go 02.
Top 10 in the world, 02?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you always been like a golf fan? And that's kind of a dumb question, but like
Yeah. I wouldn't say golf historian, but I'm in my time of playing golf.
yeah.
I feel like I have pretty good knowledge.
Okay.
This is gonna be pretty similar to the guesses that you and I made for the video game.
In 02. Is this end of
Oh
year?
yeah, should I change it maybe?
No. that's
No.
fine.
What if I go 07?
Go 07.
I'm gonna go
07.
07.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna do this a little cleaner for Ryan Richardson here. 2007 World Golf Rankings at the end of the year.
End of the year.
Okay.
We're looking for top 10
In any order?
world
or is it-
rankings. Yeah, you guys rattle off a couple names, and then we'll let you know if it's in the top 10. Let's
like
go in order.
Trent raising.
We're
Okay,
going
okay,
We're going hands up.
Whichever you want to
Trent,
do.
Ryan, top 10.
Padraig Harrington.
Padraig Harrington is number 8.
Ooh, I'm gonna go. Oh, I see what you're doing, Trent. You're trying to get some of the ones that are not the obvious ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
2007.
I'm gonna go Sergio Garcia.
Sergio Garcia is not in the top 10.
Oof.
Wow.
Nick Taylor.
God, didn't he almost win the British Open? That
This will be sneaking here because I know he won the 06 U.S. Open. Jeff Ogilvy?
Jeff Ogilvy. He was number 13.
Damn it.
Sergio was number 12.
Wow.
Is this too late for Lee Westwood? Lee Westwood.
Wrong.
Yeah, probably.
Come on, fellas.
All right. Well, I mean, we can.
Angel
no.
Cabrera.
Ooh,
Angel
I like that.
Cabrera. Wrong. 14.
All right, let's knock off an easy one.
all right.
15,
Can we
I'm
start
dialed.
to ding off some
Okay,
wins
Tiger,
here?
obviously.
Tiger
Phil.
Woods number
Phil.
1 in the world. Phil Mickelson number
VJ.
2. VJ 10.
Ernie Els.
Ernie Els number 4.
That's a good one.
Guess who do we have? What was Phil, too?
You got Tiger, Phil, Ernie Els. You've got Padraig Harrington, and you got VJ. So you guys are missing the number 3
Retief
ranked
Goosen?
player.
I was just gonna say, is this too late for Retief Goosen?
Retief Goosen is not up there. He was number 26. You guys are missing number 3. You're missing number 5, number 6,
Was this
number 7, and number 9.
This is post David Duval,
Yes.
right? Duval was like early 2000s. I don't know if like,
07,
what, Chris
07.
DeMarco ever got up there that high.
No, 09. No, it was 06 was his loss of the Masters, I think.
Okay. Let's take a couple.
It's funny when you see the points.
Adam
Tiger
Scott?
had Adam Scott is number 7.
Great
When you
one.
see the points, like Tiger had 19.6 points. The next closest was Phil at 8.7.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Jesus, that's unbelievable. was like Colin Montgomery. Oh, Anthony Kim.
No.
Oh.
Oh, that was a good one.
Really?
Anthony Kim, man. I don't even see him on here. Not that
I
like.
guess maybe it was a couple years later.
Maybe he was a little later.
Yeah.
07.
Oh.
Come on,
Thinking
Phil.
of the
Number
majors
3.
that year.
Who's the really slow redheaded guy who hit it really far?
JB Holmes?
JB Holmes?
He on there?
No.
I think it's too early for JB.
That was too early, I think.
Really?
Dang. Who was fighting? Who was like going up against Padraig in these majors? Is what
Sergio. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Who did he
Yeah,
beat in the
there's
playoff?
A couple were just like not thinking.
Who did
I'll
Padraig
give you
beat?
guys a couple more guesses and then I'll just rattle them off.
Who are we missing? How many are we missing?
You're missing number 3, number 5, number 6, and number 9, I believe.
John Daly still in the mix?
No.
No chance.
Damn it.
3 at the time. Yeah, you got to start thinking about guys that are
Can
like.
you give us a hint if they're American or international?
Quirky swing, I would say.
Jim
Jim
Furyk.
Furyk.
Damn it.
God, that's
Oh,
that's
how
number
did we miss
3,
that?
right? Yeah, that's
We should have
silly,
that one.
silly goose by us.
I like those clues. If you got any more of those
I
clues.
know. I'm trying to think. who
English guy. Kind of looks like a cat, I sometimes say.
Rose?
Yeah.
Justin Rose?
Oh, he looks like one of those like really.
I get
like,
that
you
would
know?
help me apparently. That would help me.
Oh, I know
too.
that one.
This one was like,
All right, I'm gonna read this off here,
No,
guys.
no.
Unless you got one more. Number 9 you haven't gotten. And number
International or American?
5. We got number 9 is international. Number 5.
Trevor Ebbleman?
No, number 5 is American. Ryder Cup captain.
Stricker?
Yeah.
Zach John. Oh, Stricker.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Steve
that
Nine
was peak.
Stricker.
That was peak Stricker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've got
That's
number
silly.
1 Tiger Woods, number 2 Phil Mickelson, number 3 Jim Furyk, number 4 Ernie Els. You guys said Ernie Els, right?
Yeah.
Number 5 Steve Stricker, number 6 Justin Rose, number 7 Adam Scott, number 8 Padraig Harrington, number 9 KJ Choi,
Wow.
number 10 VJ Singh.
The stoic KJ Choi.
Then it goes
Best
Rory
bunker player
Sabatini,
in the history of
Sergio
golf.
Ogilvy, Cabrera, Zach Johnson, Henrik Stenson, Luke Donald, Immelman.
Ooh, Stenson and
Okay, so
Donald.
if we did top 20, we were pretty good.
Yeah, you guys
we
were
were
pretty- yeah, you
better.
guys were right there.
We were better.
And honestly, from 6 to 13, it's like you're talking 0.3 or 4. The
Yeah.
disparity
Yeah,
there.
like a couple months before it could have been different.
exactly. So, all right, that's your top 10 list for the day.
Still, I'm not
It's a
happy.
Featuring
great
Nick
list.
Taylor, yeah.
That was 18 years ago.
That was 2 years before you became a pro.
Yeah,
That's
3
more
years.
pro.
Yeah, essentially.
Wow.
2007, that's the year I graduated high school.
Wow. Jesus.
You got to be around there. We're around the same
That
age.
was 06, yeah.
Okay. You're old as shit, dude.
Wow.
Man, I feel so old. I'm 1 year
Chirping.
older.
All right.
All right, yeah, that was a good show, boys. Great day with Nick Taylor. These Adidas days have been awesome. Obviously, we got Colin Morikawa. That's coming out on Wednesday for everyone that wants to go watch that. That's going on our YouTube channel. And then this will come out in the following week.
Wicked.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. They've been so great. I mean,
Adidas,
all of our
yeah.
partners are always great. Like
Yeah.
TaylorMade, Chevy, Hershey, obviously. But the fact that we're able to get like access to the players with this has been really, really huge for us. So I appreciate you
It's our
giving us
pleasure.
the
Yeah.
time.
It's
Yeah.
fun. Fun to play with you guys.
Nick Taylor, appreciate the day.
Thanks
Thank
to
you.
Adidas.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
guys.
Thank you, Nick.